Brother, thank you for coming on.
Yes, sir.
You are our return episode. We haven't done one for like 2-3 weeks. I've been MIA because of coaching wrestling.
Yeah.
And it was this like the end of February is just the rough moment where we have like girls districts and then boys districts.
Yep. It's going on
and
right
state.
now, right?
Well, it just ended. It just ended. Yeah.
Okay.
So I wanted to say because we were originally supposed to do this earlier in the month.
No, that was on my end, bro. I had to reschedule some stuff with. But I was telling you earlier, my kid fell down the golf cart, freaking hit his head on the concrete, fractured his head. So spent a couple days in the hospital with them. But
is he a well?
He's good, bro. He's jumping around, hitting his head again. He's good, bro. But I'm glad that we came down. You know, I seen some of your episodes. I'm glad that we came down and get this done. You know.
Yeah, it's all. I like to think it's a good time. I don't know if all the guests would agree, but no, thank you for coming on. I actually made a mistake when we were talking to you off the record. I was under the assumption that you were still training / looking for the next one, but you let me know that you kind of.
I didn't tell anybody. I think maybe like 3 people know, bro. Like Mike knows. Mike Rogers. Lucas Clay, and Dakota Bush, because they were like my inner circle at that gym. But I don't know, bro. After the last one, I just felt like something inside of me it wasn't the same anymore. The fire in me was dying, you know. Like, so I'm not saying never, you know, like. Not saying never, but I haven't trained in like 3 years.
Well, let me add some context. So you kind of like unofficially retired.
Yeah. I stepped away knowing that like it's a possibility of me not coming back ever, and I was cool with it. You know, it is what it is.
I can relate with some of what you said, and I think how old were you when you started training?
I was 9.
9 years old.
I started 9 with like MMA.
Oh, not just wrestling?
Well, see, it's kind of a long story because I moved from Russia to here, and that's when everything started. I started with wrestling, and as I was doing wrestling, I was doing MMA in like a gym, you know. So I would wrestle in school, in like middle school, and after that, my dad would take me to the freaking MMA. And
here in St. Louis?
In Boise, Idaho.
Gotcha.
I moved to Idaho from Russia.
Gotcha.
Lived there for like 10 years.
I want to make sure I do this conversation justice. If you don't mind me asking, why did your family leave Russia?
Okay, so there was like a civil war going on over there in Russia, and at that time the president, he still the same president, but his values were different. So he wanted our people we're called the Ahıska Turkish people. We're not like the Turkish people from Turkey. We were a minority in Russia, you know. Because of the World War II, all that stuff happened. That's another whole fucking conversation. But we moved to the States in 2005 to Boise, Idaho. We moved here, and I was like 8. And then a year or 2 after that, I was already like wrestling. Because I was getting bullied pretty fucking bad, actually, bro. Like
here in America?
Here in America, I was getting bullied pretty bad because I couldn't speak the language. I was like super skinny and tall. People were just picking on me. So I started to wrestle, and I was.
If you don't mind me asking, what year were you born? 92, 91?
95, bro.
95. Okay, so I'm a little older than you.
Yeah,
okay.
95.
So 8 years old for you would have been what, 2002, 2003? 7, 8 years old would have been roughly around that time. Was any of that?
Yeah. So exactly.
Was any of that bullying because of post 9/11?
Well, see that part, the 2002 I was in Russia still.
Gotcha.
So even there, I was being bullied for different reasons. I was being bullied over there for being Turkish
because they used the minority.
They used to call us blacks. They used to call us blacks in Russia because we were just.
What would they call the blacks?
You know? Huh?
What would they call the blacks? Woo! Not for YouTube. No, I'm sorry, Tavon.
No, but they freaking they used to bully. Like, this is how it would happen. I would walk to school with my sister. It was like a 3-mile walk from our house to the school. Snow this fucking deep, bro. We would walk to school, and my shit would end early. I would have to walk back by myself, and that's when all that shit happened. You know, like
Was your sister older or younger?
She
Sorry.
was older. She would
Okay.
protect me actually. And
Gotcha.
on my way back, I was on my own. So whatever happened, all the ass whoopings I got was
Wow,
on that walk.
they would physically harm you?
Oh yeah, bro. They would like my sister would tell me, "Hey, don't go through this route. Go through here," because she knew like if somebody gets me, I'm fucking skinny. They beat my ass. She's like, "Go here, go there, do this, do that." But they
But to what end? Because you're a 5-year-old,
just
6
because
you're
I'm
a
Turkish.
kid.
I'm Turkish.
But it was like other kids your
It was
age?
other Russian kids, like bunch of Armenian kids. I remember this shit like it was yesterday. It was pretty bad. I didn't want to go to school. I remember, and I didn't tell my parents. My parents didn't know. My sister knew it to some degree, but I wasn't like. I didn't make a big deal out of it because if I told them, they would have beat my ass at home for not standing up for myself. So I was
That's
like,
the most.
let me just chill out here for a
That's
little
the
bit.
most Balkan fucking thing I've ever heard in my
Yeah,
life.
bro.
My mom used to beat my ass for
Bro,
crying.
that kid who used to bully me, bro, Armenian kid, his name was Edgar. I remember. He came to my house one day, knocking on my door. My dad, I swear to God, he's like, "Hey, one of your buddies is here. He wants to hang out." I'm like, "That's not my fucking buddy, Brad. Get him out of here, bro." But yeah, stuff like that kind of
So then why'd he come over to your house and try to get you out to what, beat up on you?
just to beat my ass, bro.
you
And there was like there was a bunch of other kids too. It was like him and mostly like Armenian kids, bro. They would pick on me a lot for some reason.
It's wild to see young children, because like I got a daughter in preschool, so she's like 3, 4. And at that age, like they're all like lovey-dovey, like they're all super nice to each other. All they want to do is play. And I think to myself, like, at what age does that, like, not segregation, but like grouping, when does that happen?
I think like 5 more years, bro. Around like 8, 9, because I have nephews.
But I don't even know why it happens. Can I like let me start with that. Because I remember when I was little, we were 4 and 2, and when we came here, we moved to Florida first.
Were you born here?
No. I was born in
really?
Albania. Yeah.
I thought you were born in the States, bro.
No, I was born in Albania, but nice. we left when I was super young. So like I was like maybe not even 1 year old.
Oh, shit.
We went to Greece, lived there for like a year or 2, got our papers, came over here. But when we came to America, we stayed in the Florida Keys. And at the time, there was like a lot of Cuban refugees, a lot of people leaving. So it was like we were foreigners, but like we were white. You know what I mean? And then there was a lot of foreigners that were like darker.
Way darker.
So like the Americans were fine with us. Right? Like, they were like, "Oh, you're one of us." Meanwhile, I don't know 2 words of English. You know what I mean? It was just funny though that like it kind of came down to that. Like, oh, you're foreign, but you're not that kind of foreign. And I remember
because they dominate that part of the country.
Oh my God, dude! Go to the Keys today. Because here's the thing: those people didn't leave. You know what I mean? They came here for a better life. They got it. So anyway, long story short, it was just like it was funny that I noticed that even when I was little, how like the people would treat me a little bit differently from some of my friends.
I think also it has a lot to do with how you were raised, how like your parents raised you.
100%.
So
I will say this: my parents did, in my opinion, they were the perfect combination of wanting to Western assimilate, but also keeping conservative values.
Same exactly.
If that makes sense. So it's like we learn the language, we learn the laws and all these other things. We love America and all this stuff. However, there are some things about like Western culture that we're not fucking down with. Does that make sense? And for whatever people will say, history will tell.
I'm the same way. I agree with that. Like my parents, same mentality. Like, hey, this is new country. Things are gonna be different, but we're from this part of the world. This is how we act. So don't forget that.
May I ask a question? Your wife, what ethnicity is she?
She's Turkish.
She's Turkish as well.
Yeah.
So my wife is also Albanian, and I find that interesting because like we're in a different country, yet the women that we have chosen are still quote unquote from old country. I have my reasons why, but I'm gonna ask you.
Yeah.
Why is it that you didn't like marry like a traditional American girl?
An American girl?
Or a black or a Hispanic or a Asian? Like why was it that you were attracted towards the people of your part of the world?
I mean, like with my religion, like Islam, if I were to come home and tell my parents, hey, I have an American girl that I want to marry, it would
be rough.
It'd be rough, It'd be rough, like.
But not impossible.
It's like it's just that.
But what if she was?
tradition.
What if she was also like?
I mean,
Like, because that was more of a religion thing, right?
Yeah,
So like she can be American,
Yeah.
but if she's a Muslim, should be fine, right?
she'll be fine. Like I'm sure they'll be okay with it. But for me personally, I wouldn't want to do that to myself because I know the difference between a Turkish woman and a. I'm just
No,
Is this on?
no. This is on camera.
No, but it's the truth, bro. Like I'm not lying here. It's the
The difference. Let me kind of
not saying one is, but I guess
it's nothing to do. It's all about preference. You know what I mean? It's not that we're saying one is worse, one is better.
yeah.
We're saying for us. I will tell you that what attracted me to my wife was a lot of the same things. She was Albanian American. She came over to the States like around like 9 or 10 years old, so a little bit older than me. It's not older than me because I'm older than her, but like she was older than I was when we came over. And she kept a lot of those conservative roots. And I'll tell you this right now. That was one of the main reasons why I didn't marry or like why I wasn't dating before that was because I never saw a single woman, regardless of race or ethnicity or even religion. Because I'll tell you this right now, man, there's a lot of Muslim women that don't practice what they preach.
I know.
God bless them. God bless them.
God help them.
God bless them. But my wife was kind of the perfect combination of liberal enough, but also conservative enough in the areas that mattered to me. So it just so happened that she was Albanian. Like I didn't really care if she was Albanian, but I think because she was, we saw eye to eye on a lot of things culturally.
That was the extra.
Yes, and then I didn't think about this, but when we were actually getting married, the fact that her family was Albanian and my family was Albanian, oh my God, the wedding was like, without a hitch, like everyone had a blast. I didn't realize how much that mattered in like the mingling of the two families.
Oh yeah.
So it's funny that you say that because I had some of the same things.
See, I'm not like, I'm just talking rough and that's how I talk, but like, I'm not trying to sound bad or it's just that like, for me, you know, what I want from my kids, what like, that's whoever you choose in your life as a partner, that's a big fucking.
You don't need to walk on eggshells.
Yeah.
For the last 20 years, I've had to listen to white liberal women tell me all the fucking things they want. So I really don't care about like them hearing what I want. No, this is what I fucking want. And by the way, I found it. I got married. I have kids. I'm doing very well for myself. I'm exploding my family. What are they doing?
Exactly.
Fucking petting their cats and bitching online.
You have one kid right now.
One kid right now.
One daughter.
Hopefully.
Shit, bro.
Hopefully. How many do you have?
I have 2.
Do you want more?
Yeah.
Yeah. How old is your wife?
Bro. She is a year younger, so she's 29.
Got you. And you're 30. Yeah, you guys are like still.
Yeah, and I've known her since like Russia.
Got you. Oh,
like
that's a factor too. Then
we used to be like kind of not like neighbors, but like few
close
minutes away. You know.
So then she moved. What?
We all moved like around the same time.
The same neighborhood.
So no, in America, no. She actually moved to Atlanta.
Georgia.
When we were coming down to the States, they gave us a paper saying just write down where you want to be at, like what state, what city, and we fucking wrote down New York City, and they put us in Idaho. So like they put down I don't know what, but they landed in Atlanta, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So, but we kind of like we knew like. Did
you guys have family that were here beforehand, or were you the first people that came over? So you didn't know anybody.
Nobody. First ones.
Maybe they were just trying to like make sure that like everyone diffused like
I think so too.
Because if everybody puts down New York, you can't all go to New York.
But the thing is, like now everybody is already in one place.
Yes,
it's too late.
Well, people will congregate to like-minded individuals.
Yeah.
So like you'll if you live in a neighborhood, I want to be careful how I say this. Let's say the demographics or the cultural norms are different from what you want, and you're not willing to bend to them. Like you don't see the value in them. You're gonna leave. I would. The reason I've lived in St. Louis for so long is because I like St. Louis.
Yeah.
If I didn't like St. Louis, I'd leave.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'd go. I'd probably go. Where would you live if not here?
I would live in Boise, Idaho, for the rest of my life, man.
No shit. You liked it that much?
Oh yeah, man. Like I moved out here because my parents wanted to be closer with family and stuff. But like Boise, bro, like there's no place like that. Rocky Mountains area of the country, you know, like you got deers and like lake, like everything you need, bro. Like just that clean life. I like St. Louis too, but it's not the same.
No. St. Louis is also the least amount of city. Like if you go to Chicago or New York or Atlanta or LA, like they're much more city than St. Louis. St. Louis is like I don't know, feels like 5 square miles of city and then
yeah.
metropolitan
Yeah.
area. So it's the perfect amount of, I can drive 30 minutes
Yes.
and I can go to a slaughterhouse and get like a fresh, I want to be careful.
No, yeah.
Cow, not veal. Anyway, halal meat.
Cage free, brother.
Cage free. So anyway, or I'm like 10 minutes from downtown and I can chalk
Have
it
you
up.
been out here? Have you been out there to like Oregon, Washington, Idaho? Those
Yeah, so
areas?
I've been to. I think I want to say I've been to 18 of the 50 states now.
Oh, okay.
I've driven past or flown over, I think at least 30, 35 of them.
see.
But like 18 states I've spent some time in, either had some food there, appreciated some of the culture. I'll say that out of all the places that I've been, every place has its pros and cons.
Yeah, okay.
I like the Midwest the best.
Yeah.
Like bar none. The coasts have some pros, but I don't think I could ever live.
I don't think I would either, man. To be
Well,
honest.
I don't think I could ever live on the West Coast
Oh.
ever in my life. And the East Coast is nice. The problem is, I just think the Midwest is. Forgive me, anyone in the East Coast. I just think the Midwest is the best.
Yeah.
The best people, cheaper, enough opportunities for like financial stability that I'm comfortable.
I like the culture here too. Like good people, like real American, like hardworking people.
Yeah,
Not
dude.
like some of these bullshit people. Like in the Midwest, that's what I learned. Like people here, they work, they get down.
Well, I find that in the South as well. Like so, like Texas, Louisiana, you'll get that as well. But I find that what you're describing as like good people, what you mean is like transparent or wholesome. Yeah, 100%. Dude, every time I go to California, I literally count the hours to come home. Like every fucking time, to the point where like I think the last time I had to travel there was I think 3 or 4 years ago. Thank
really?
God. Yeah. And it
Why,
was for
bro?
work.
Cali is good, bro. What's wrong with Cali?
It's just not for me.
Nah.
No, listen, food, people, like some of the people there are like, if you're like under a certain demographic, the people are amazing, actually. But the problem is once you get to like that middle class area, I feel like every conversation is a hollow one. It's all questions to be like, Elmar, you go to St. Charles and Mate, you know Mike Rogers, right? Oh, Mike Rogers, yeah.
That's small
You
talk,
should tell him that I'd love to meet Mike Rogers. Do you think you can link us up sometime? What do you guys want to? Well, I was thinking about training. Like, that's how the conversations go. Who do you know? What industry are they in? How can I benefit from your relationships?
I see what you mean.
There's nothing wrong with networking. That's not the part that I shit on. The part that I shit on is you didn't even build a relationship with me.
Right.
And you're already trying to build relationships off of me.
Yes.
Like, sorry, it doesn't work that way. We're in the Midwest.
You're not gonna really get that out here.
No, the worst thing you'll get is where'd you go to high school?
Yeah.
That's about it. But
No, I don't mind living here. It's see, I think eventually I do want to go back eventually.
To Idaho?
I don't know, bro. I love St. Louis.
Your family's here though, right?
Yeah, they're here.
Is that
I mean,
is that the
like,
anchor that's keeping you here now?
Yeah, but I'm saying like way, maybe like 15, 20 years. That's where I want to die.
The kids are older.
Yeah.
You want to die in
I
Idaho?
want to die in the Idaho soil, bro.
No, that's awesome. Nothing wrong with that. I like it. No. I think when all is said and done, I don't know what I want to fucking do.
Yeah.
That's a good question, to be honest with you. I'll live in St. Louis so long as it makes sense. And then...
For some reason, I thought you were born in the States. I thought you were.
It's because
like,
I don't have an accent.
Yeah.
That's what it is. A lot of Albanians, a lot of people tell me. I also don't hang out with a whole lot of foreigners.
Yeah, I see.
And it's not from a perspective of like anything other than I just never hung around
That's
them.
not your group right now.
Well, it's not that they're not my group because they kind of are my group. Like with Ilir and some of these Albanians, whenever I do get around them, easy peasy.
Yeah.
The problem is my life and what I've done hasn't really correlated. I'll give you an example. I did MMA, so like I didn't really go to like any of the Bosnian bars or anything like that. You know what I mean? So I never really met a whole lot of these people. Who did I meet? I met guys like Mike Rogers. I met guys like Lucas Clay, like guys like you. So it's like my lifestyle led me to be around the people that were similar.
Certain type of people.
Yeah, but certain type of people, but all different. Black, white, Muslim, Christian, didn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? We were all kind of in this group of just martial arts. And unfortunately, that just meant that I wasn't really around a whole lot of Albanians.
Especially back then, not a lot of foreign people were like training and fighting. Especially like Albanian people, they weren't really.
Well, it's funny because Elvin Spahic, Bosnian, was the one who got me in there.
Oh,
he was the one who was like, when I was at UMSL, they didn't have a wrestling team anymore, so I was kind of done. I thought, okay, like I'm not going to do anything. He was the one that was like, you should come train jiu-jitsu. And I was like,
that's
sure.
how you started with jiu-jitsu?
That's how I started, and then jiu-jitsu led to MMA, and then next 12 years. So thanks, Elvin. But a Bosnian guy. But even Elvin would tell you that like he was older than me. So like when he was in his mid-20s, early 20s, did a lot of partying, did a lot of drinking, things like that. At that point in his life, like 26, 27, he was starting to get serious. He had just met a girl who is now his wife. So like he was transitioning, and then he also got into martial arts. And I think that it's not like causation, it's correlation. Because he got into martial arts, or maybe because he started maturing a little bit, he got into martial arts. It's like that change in his lifestyle.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I like hanging around martial artists.
Yeah. See, I don't really get to do that all that. See, I'm the opposite. Like, the only time I hung out with fighters was at the gym.
To train?
Yeah. After, like, besides that, it was just Turkish people, like foreigners, basically. Like, the only time, and that's how when I moved to the States, my English got good quick because of the gym. Like, because I would just go to the gym. I didn't talk to anybody else. So all the people were like Americans. So I got.
And they only spoke English.
Yeah. So I got really good at that. Helped me out a big amount, actually.
I wanted to take a step back, if you don't mind. We were talking about the feelings that you had that led towards retirement. I'll tell you about mine briefly. It was because I got married. My wife was pregnant, or my fiance at the time was pregnant. And you're right. I felt that same thing, like that killer instinct in me. I hate to admit it.
Yeah.
I have the ability to be dangerous still. Like don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Don't fuck with me. You know what I mean? However, I'm just not hungry to be the best in the world anymore.
Yeah.
I really am not.
Same.
I love the sport. I watch it. Yeah. I still participate in it to whatever capacity. But you're right. And I knew that like when that started to change, I thought to myself, oh shit.
Yeah.
And I told myself, okay, we'll go until we lose.
And
but
was it gradual with you though? That feeling?
It was like overnight.
Yeah.
That's what scared me the most. Because, dude, from like 19 to 28, that's all I cared about.
Yeah.
And then it was Bruno, like
yeah.
I wanted to be a dad.
Yeah.
And I was already like 28, and I was like, man, I'm getting kind of old. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I'm getting kind of old. I don't want to be that dad at like 37 who has his first kid.
And you don't want to just fight for fucking Shamrock FC, you know. But
yeah, and that's the thing too. Is like I hate to. I don't want to shit on anything, but like you're right. Like for what money? For what? Yeah.
For what?
And how many hours am I putting in? And I'd rather be at home with my kid than at the gym. To be frank with you, it's not that I don't like the gym. Yeah. I miss the gym. I miss training. But the time I'm spending now is worth more to me.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like gradual. It was literally like, like it's as if I had a bigger push to fight. That push to fight went from number 1 to number 2. Yeah. And then my family became number 1.
Yeah. That's what a real man does, bro. That's what a real man does. That's what you gotta do, bro.
I agree, but then that's also we're not in the sport where that can be done.
Oh no,
if can't. Fighting's number 2. There's an army of guys where fighting is number 1.
And you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah,
you're gonna get hurt.
That's exactly what happened.
By a guy whose life is fighting is number 1.
Well, that's also. I want to be careful how I say this because I think if you choose to fight, it makes you dangerous versus having to fight. But then there's the guys that have to fight but would have chosen it either way. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yeah, there is that Venn diagram of people, and there's some killers out there, dude.
I agree.
And it's not that I'm trying to like shit on myself. It was
you just respect the sport too much for you not to be half-assed and
yes, exactly. If I'm not trying to be the best, then what am I doing this for?
That's exactly why I stopped. 100%.
To your point of like, I don't want to just fight for Shamrock forever. I don't want to fight for NFA forever. No offense to the promotions.
No, it's good. I like NFA. I love NFA. Yeah. Bro. Those guys are like they're keeping MMA alive in St. Louis.
Yeah, as best they can. But no, so sorry. You were talking about how
so
that killer instinct started. So I'm guessing for you it started fading away.
Yeah, it started fading away. I started having kids, and I don't know. I felt like something, like I love to train. Like I was competitive in the gym and like, but when it came down to the fight, I was kind of like, man, like, I don't know if like my loss against Bennett, against Benjamin Bennett. After
That was a
that,
hell of a fight.
yeah,
At the factory, at LFA.
yeah, that was a really good fight. I don't know why they don't sign him. He should be in the
Ben?
UFC. Yeah, he should be in the UFC right now. I don't know
I
what the
can
hell is
think of a
going
few
on.
reasons. I think when I say a few, I mean like two.
Yeah,
Number one, I think is age.
yeah, he's like
They
30.
like they like young. This is gonna sound
Yeah,
pause on this
no,
one. Like
yeah,
don't they like young guys? They like young guys
yeah,
because
yeah.
they can kind of like still mold
They
them
got
up.
time.
And
Yeah,
you're 28, 29, 30. I hate to say it. I mean,
yeah,
Khabib would agree with
yeah,
me.
yeah.
You're old.
Oh
You're
yeah.
old in combat
Even
sports.
like 28, that's like,
That's nearing. You're at your athletic
yeah.
peak. But what I'm trying to
But
say
you
is,
better get shit done
yes, you
now.
got 3 or 4 years and
Yeah,
it's over.
yeah.
So if you're the UFC and you got this 29, 30 year
Oh
old,
yeah,
yeah, he might be a killer.
yeah.
He might be. But there's also
Oh,
21-year-olds now that are
that's
fucking
maybe even
killers.
better than him.
Exactly. So it's like, and it's so
You
competitive.
know.
Why would we sign him when we could sign
Yeah,
three or
yeah,
four other
yeah,
guys? And
yeah.
he was on Dana White's Contender Series a couple
He
times.
was, and man, that's the only fight that keeps me up at night till this fucking day. Till this day, that fight was 3 years ago.
I think a little longer.
Yeah, a little longer. Like every night, I'm like, fuck.
You're what, upset at the
Yeah,
outcome?
not at the outcome. I, so he fought one of my teammates, Jeremiah, and he looked like shit. And they offered me
Jeremiah looked like shit or Bennett did?
Bennett. Even
Okay.
though Bennett won, he didn't look too good. And when they offered that fight to me, I was like, it's not gonna be easy, but I can get it done, no problem. And I just start getting tagged and eating punches that I shouldn't have, you know. But after that fight, I lost, but I still had that fucking fire. I was like, okay, it is what it is, you know. I cried a lot actually after that, but I was like, okay, you know, after I'll be back, you know, I'm gonna train. It's not the end. So I had another fight with LFA again in St. Louis, and I won that fight by choke, and I knew, I was like, this is like, I don't feel it anymore.
Wow.
I was like, even though I won today, I feel like this is like one of my last fights. So I went home.
What was the camp like leading up to that fight?
It was good.
So no
Everything was
difference in
good.
terms of
Everything was good.
intensity.
I just wanted to. I was just ready to turn that chapter, you know, because for me, like I want to be a really good dad for my kids. I want to be there, you know,
God bless.
and I want to do that because my parents were like that with me. They would all like the way my sister and I were raised. Like if I can raise my kids even half of that, I'll be happy, you know. So that was very paramount to me, just to be there for my kids. And when I was fighting, I couldn't really do that because I would train like 2 3 times a day, and I would have no time for nothing.
And you're
So
also working, so
yeah,
like if you're not at work, you're at the gym.
and I just felt like something was gone, bro. Something was gone, and
Well, can I ask you a question? Do you feel like something was gone, or do you feel like you had a new
I think it
thing?
was a little bit of both.
Okay.
It was a little bit of both because I did have this new thing that I was excited, you know, with my new family, but I did. I was like, man, it's not the same anymore, you know. But even after that fight, PFL calls me and they offer me a fight, and now I'm like, what the fuck do I do? I don't really want to fight, you know. Uh, but they offer me a fight in Madison Square Garden on like 3 days' notice against the ADCC bronze medalist. I was like, all right, I can beat this guy, no problem. I go to New York, cut the weight, make weight. Uh, Julius was there with me, and my brother-in-law came from Arizona.
Julius Anglicus.
Yeah, me and my brother-in-law go to some Jewish fucking this bakery place to get some breakfast. And I tell my brother-in-law, I'm like, this egg right here is gonna fuck me up right now. I'm gonna eat it because I have nothing else to eat. You know, everything's like packed. I eat that egg, bro. I start fucking like I started going crazy, bro.
Like throwing up?
Yeah, I developed a cyst in my stomach.
A cyst in your
Yeah,
stomach?
yeah. So they pulled me from that fight, They pulled me because I was just throwing up and just I couldn't
Food
stop.
poisoning.
I got food poisoned and something led to a cyst in my stomach, bro.
Well, the food poisoning and then the acid reflux, you can move that too if
No,
it's
I'm
getting in
just
your way.
putting my-
The acid reflux will,
Yeah, it was
will
bad.
destroy the lining in your stomach. I
Yeah.
had something similar, but from mercury in sushi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had
I've
sushi.
heard that before.
And I guess like there was like a thin layer of mercury, and it fucked up like the lining in my stomach, and then my stomach acid would burn that.
Yeah.
It was.
That's a
I have a
horrible
high
feeling,
pain
bro.
tolerance. I could not go to
Yeah,
sleep,
yeah.
and I checked myself into the hospital.
No, you can't sleep like
and
that,
they
bro.
they put me on morphine. I've told the story before, but like I was like, oh my god, it was the first time I ever had morphine, and I was like, this is fucking amazing. And the nurse comes in, I go, hey, like what is it? She's like, oh, we put you on morphine
What is
because you were
this?
experiencing such bad pain. I was able to sleep. I was like, oh my god, I'm on cloud nine. I go, hey, can I like buy this? And she's like, no, like you can't buy morphine. I go, what's the closest thing to morphine? She goes, without skipping a beat, she goes, heroin. And I was like, no fucking wonder.
I said, bring it.
No fucking wonder. It just made sense to me. I was like, oh, that's why all these white people do heroin now. I get it. In just one moment.
fuck.
They also gave me oxycodone and like they gave me pain pills. They're like, hey, this
that'll get
isn't
you
going to
going.
go anywhere. We can't really give you anything. This is just something that has to take its course. So like,
Sheesh,
here's some
bro.
pain pills until it heals.
Just for that.
I had an ulcer. I had a stomach ulcer. So it's like a cut in the lining, and then your stomach acid because it's so
Yeah, it's leaking.
Yes, it's not leaking, but it's basically like burning you
bro.
while you're healing. If that
That
makes sense.
acid is strong as hell,
Yes.
bro.
So I took one pill, and I was at home. I took the first pill because the more whatever I was having kind of faded off, and then I slept for like 10 hours straight. I was just dead to the world, and I woke up and I was like, yeah. And then I understood the what is it? Opioid epidemic. Sorry, because I thought to myself. I was like, oh no.
So now I
I
understand.
liked it too much. And I didn't trust it was the first time I've always been good with drugs. I've experimented, but I was never like I've done mushrooms and weed and coke and I've partied as much as anybody can party. But like never once did I do something where I was like, oh, I gotta do that again. You know what I mean? I was like, that was
hooked
fun.
on it.
Yeah, that was fun. Painkillers and morphine. If you could sell that shit, like readily buy it,
bro.
I'd be dead.
Yeah.
I'd be dead.
I know what you mean, bro. I had my wisdom teeth removed like years ago, and I
They
get it.
put you on some stuff?
I get it, bro.
Yeah.
I get it.
You realize how much your body aches from years
yeah.
and years
Oh,
and
yeah.
years of
Oh,
training.
yeah. Oh,
My
yeah.
hands, my knees, my back, my shoulders, everything's fucked. Of
yeah.
course it is. All we've been doing is hitting each other for the last 15
mostly
years.
from wrestling. Like both of my my LCLs torn, bro. Both
from
knees.
grappling,
from
wrestling.
from grappling and jiu-jitsu, but besides my knees, I'm okay. But it's not even that big of a deal. Like I was fighting, but it's
Grappling has also hurt me
grappling
more than
fucks
striking,
you up
which is
bad.
funny because when I was training, I was more worried about striking. I was more like, oh, don't hit me in the head too hard. And meanwhile, we'd go like roll. People were doing heel hooks and shit like
bro.
that. I'm like,
Oh,
damn,
yeah.
like maybe
your knees out.
maybe I
there
had
and
to
shit.
like actually punch me in the face, please. But to go back to your story, you had this meal in New York,
Yeah,
gave
so
you
I-
food poisoning, and
yeah,
then you
so I-
weren't cleared to fight.
Yeah, so I got pulled from the fight. My manager, he was like bringing in Pepto-Bismol, everything. You know?
Whatever we could do
And
to-
Julius is laying on the bed. He's like, "What the fuck is going on with you, bro?" And he's telling me, "Bro, you'll be okay." And at one point, I was like, "I want to fight. Just let me chill. I'm gonna fight." And then I started barfing more, and they just pulled me off the fight. Went back home.
Oh yeah, the state athletic commission is not gonna.
Yeah.
they're not gonna clear
They
you.
pulled me off the fight, bro. I was throwing up blood, bro. It was pretty bad. But after that, I was like not sure what I wanted to do because a big chance slipped away. So I took another fight with what's that? At Cape Girardeau, they have this
Cage of Honor.
Cage of Honor. I took a fight with Cage of Honor, and they gave me Gavilan Bland, which I like Gavilan a lot. He's a pretty cool guy actually, but he didn't belong in that cage. I'm sorry, but there's
levels to this
yeah,
game.
like that's a fight where I win with blindfolds on, but I wasn't out there. So after that fight, that sealed the deal. I was like, you lost to a guy that shouldn't even fucking touch you right now. So
Did you lose by decision?
I got TKO'd. I didn't
Gotcha.
even get hit. I got TKO'd and I didn't even get punched in the fucking head. I'll just put it that way.
It doesn't make any sense.
So he hit me in the arms, and I was done, bro. I was done. I was ready to fucking check out.
Oh, meaning like he was on top of you. He wasn't
No,
hitting you in
we
the
were
head.
standing. We were standing. He threw like a 1-2. Like I blocked it, and I just fucking went back. I just fell down. I didn't have nothing in me. I was like, all the gas was out. Like, no reason to fight no more. Just that's
Wow.
it. And that.
But you did the camp. You cut the
I
weight.
did
You showed
everything.
up.
I did. Oh shit! Before that fight, my fucking house almost burns down. Like 4 days before that fight, I forgot about that part. So I drive home from training, and I'm pulling up to my garage, and I see like fucking like 50 cars over there. There's smoke everywhere. I'm like, what the hell? So I go inside the house. I guess my stove in the garage caught on fire, and all that tar, all that black smoke went all the way all over my house, like even to the point where my white socks in my drawer upstairs were black. So I didn't really like that camp wasn't the best because of that. But
You're having to deal with all the
yeah,
logistics
because
of
I
the
had to
new
deal with
home.
all that shit. But I was like, fuck it, bro. 3 more days, I'm gonna fight. Then I'll just attack it.
Then what? Why were you still fighting? Out of curiosity, because it sounds like you were. After that second LFA fight, you kind of were 1 foot out the
Yeah,
door.
because I still fucking
then
loved it. I couldn't
PFL
get myself to stop, bro. I couldn't get myself to be like, okay, like it's
Well, is it because maybe that's what you've been tied to? The reason I see a lot of fighters fight longer than they should is actually an identity crisis.
yeah.
They've been a fighter for so long, they don't know how to not be a fighter.
See, I didn't have that. I didn't really care about that.
You were still hoping to
I
make
was
it.
just fighting because I liked the competition, but I don't know.
But you say you liked the competition, but then you just tell me Gavlin hits you on the
Yeah,
arms.
yeah, bro. It was like I was all over the place
Emotionally,
towards the end.
mentally.
Yeah, a lot of shit was like fucking me up, and
It sounds like a transition period.
yeah. It was pretty tough on me.
There was
like,
a part of you that
yeah.
accepted that this might be over.
Yeah,
while there's another
just-
part of you that's holding on to it.
Yeah, it was like a tug of war, basically. You know, like my mind is telling me this, my heart is telling me that. So I just left it as is. And like I said, I didn't tell nobody. Just one day, I just stopped. A guy who comes to the gym 2-3 times a day, just stopped coming to the gym at all. Didn't even pick up weights or anything after that.
Did you? You said that you talked to a couple people beforehand. Did you talk to them before you stopped training, or did they like reach out to
No.
you once they stopped seeing you at the
No,
gym?
actually that last fight, Lucas was in my corner.
Lucas Clay.
And Lucas is like my brother, you know. We had some crazy trainings together for years and years. And after that fight, I told him, I said, bro, I'm done. Like I don't if I can't get myself to beat this guy, I don't like there's no point. And he looked at me, he said, I understand. Like I get it. And
Well, because Lucas has probably
Yeah,
also
yeah,
felt
yeah.
some of these emotions
Yeah.
about pulling and tugging.
yeah. And I didn't want to just fight to fight, you know.
When you talked to Mike, what was that conversation like?
He told me, he's like, dude, see, Mike, he's been wanting me to do grappling for a long time. He told me, you'd be like
just jujitsu.
Just jujitsu, just like, he said, go to ADCCs and you'll be fucking okay. Not like the top, but do the trials. Like he said, you'll be like an ADCC level grappler. Just forget about the striking, just do this. And even now, he's like, he'll tell me like, you should still come, do this, do that. But
I do agree with him on that.
Yeah.
I do agree with him on that. I think so. For me, because I coach wrestling, I'm still doing something. Like I don't know where my head would be if I wasn't doing anything.
Yeah.
If I wasn't coaching, I would still be training.
I see.
But training and training for a fight are two completely different things. And I don't think I would be training to do any competition. So like how Mike is telling you, like possibly go to ADCC and compete. Like if I train, it'll be exclusively just to keep off the pounds
I see.
and to just be around, because I do like the energy of a gym. I do want to be around the fighters.
Yeah.
And now that I'm older, I do have a little bit of like experience where I can be like, hey, try this, you you're doing, you're making some of the same mistakes I made. Like, don't do that.
You
Do
still
this.
train now? Like,
Yeah.
a lot?
What do you mean by a lot?
Like maybe like 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I still train.
That's-
I'm obviously, I don't care about my weight. Like, I'm not fat, but
Yeah.
like I'm way thicker than I was when I was fighting. When I was fighting, I'd be walking around like 155. Now I'm like 180, 185.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not training for like, if my body hurts, if I hurt that day, I'm not going.
Yeah.
If-
You just enjoy doing it.
Yeah, and then when I'm rolling, I'm still competitive and all that stuff, but like, I don't care about winning practice.
I
Does that make
see.
sense?
Yeah, I
Whatever.
see.
Cool. You had me that round. Sounds great. I'm gonna go on to the next
For
round.
some reason, bro, I don't even want to fucking train no more.
Well, it's probably because of burnout.
Yeah.
When you say that you started at 9,
Yeah.
Granted, it took me some time to get here. So like that first year, 2 years, I didn't do dick. You know what I mean? Then I started coaching them.
I see.
And then it kind of correlated. Actually, not first year, like 6, 7 months. And it was awesome. It was awesome to not do anything.
Yeah.
But then I did start missing it because, like, here's the thing.
You start missing it for sure.
You've been doing it for so many years. Like, maybe you'd like coaching.
I tried, bro. I'm a horrible coach, bro.
Really?
Like, I can't, like,
For adults or kids?
for everybody, bro. Like, I can't, because I would think of something, then I can't get it out of my mouth to speak it into words, I'm like, it just.
How do I explain to you what
just
I'm
keep
thinking?
doing it, bro. But, nah, I don't know. Like, I did go back, like, a year ago, and I went back on a rough fucking practice, and I remember KJ, he smacked me with a fucking right hand, and I was like, bro,
This is why I don't show up.
you guys have
This is
fun, bro.
why I don't-
You guys do it, bro.
I think about it often. I make jokes about it. Like I'll even tell some of the kids, I'm like, I used to be a killer. I used to be cool. Now I'm old, but I feel like this was always the proper way to do it, though. Like I look back at it as like a previous life now.
Yeah.
Like I forget
Yeah.
all the shit that I did.
It's like you see some pictures, you're like,
Yes,
man,
you're like, oh my
that was
God,
fucking
when did
amazing."
that happen? Exactly. And I'm glad I did it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. And we'll go back to the conversation, but I want to ask this. Do you regret all the things you've done in martial arts? Like, looking back on it, would you do it again the way you did, knowing the outcome? Or would you have told a younger version of yourself, like, don't waste your time?
You know what? I would do it again, but I would do it differently.
Yeah.
Way different. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I would do it all over again the same for fucking what to not get anywhere, But
Well, I don't think you haven't gotten anywhere.
yeah.
There's lessons learned.
Yeah.
There's skill sets that can transcend. I learned a lot from martial arts and from wrestling that I carry over to
You
business.
know what effed me? You know what kind of effed my career up? The move to St. Louis.
Really?
Yeah. Cause in Boise, bro, all I did was train, sleep, eat, go to school. Like that's all I did. I came here, all my cousins want to party, they want to do this, they want to do that. And I'm like, this is going to be a battle on its own. And
How old were you when you left Idaho?
Like 21. So,
You couldn't legally party until you left.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, if you really wanted to, you can party. But
I know.
I wasn't even into that. Didn't even cross my mind, But until I got here, I
then
was
the
like, this
influences
is
were
gonna
there.
be crazy, yeah. But yeah, I would change some stuff, I would change some stuff. But it's a great life, man. Like that healthy lifestyle, Like it's an amazing life. Like I don't want my kids to be fighters. I would never let that happen. But
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
for a guy who's hungry, who wants it, it's a great opportunity, great everything.
I am glad I did it, and I would do it all again the way it had to happen. For me to be who I am today and where I am today,
Yeah.
everything it would have to have happened the way it happened for me to be here. And if I change one or two things, who knows that ripple
not
effect.
aligned, yeah.
So like the reason I ask that is because I have talked to some fighters where they're like, their mentality is, and they're not wrong, like if you wrestle and you get a scholarships to go to college to wrestle, even though you're wrestling at a high level, when wrestling's done, you still have like a degree that you can use.
Yep.
Or other sports like soccer, whatever. Like you might be done with that sport,
Yeah.
but you acquired something else
Yes.
in conjunction with it that has value. I wish that MMA, like the gamma stuff, or even jujitsu, was a college level sport, because then you can at least there's too many fighters that dedicate their lives to martial arts, and then like the only ways that I've seen for people to make money are either open a gym or compete at a high level or some combination of that. That's it. Or be a coach like for somebody else.
See what you were saying with the
Degrees,
like college and stuff. They're doing that already.
Where?
They're doing that in Sacramento with Uriah Faber. Yeah.
In California?
Yep. In Cal Poly, I believe the school he wrestled in California.
They have a jiu-jitsu program now?
They have a MMA program at that university.
Okay, that could be like a class. What I'm saying though is like
with scholarships or something.
yeah. So what I'm saying is like I play baseball and I got a scholarship to play baseball, like an athletic scholarship, but I'm getting my degree in forensics or whatever. So like it's completely detached. You know what I mean? So
I see. Yeah.
My thing is, if they had jiu-jitsu at a college event, you could still pursue like MMA. Like you could do jiu-jitsu.
But you gotta rep that school though, right?
That's fine.
Against
whatever. If they're gonna give you $20,000 a year, I'll rep anybody for $20,000 a year. You know what I mean? What's the difference between a scholarship and a sponsorship?
Right.
They're the same thing. So what I'm saying is, in other sports and other avenues, you can pursue the sport and get a degree, like something tangible, a skill set tangible in something else.
Basically.
Not even a safety net, just a skill set.
Yeah.
Because like you might be, you could get an education degree and you're only making $50,000 a year. Sorry, teachers, my bad. But at least you have a job.
Yeah.
The problem is like, how many fighters do you know? They're done and they're still bouncing.
Yeah, they're
or bartending,
done and the life starts then.
Yes, exactly, and that's the reason why I wouldn't want my kids to fight.
Yeah.
Not because I would be worried about them. Like I think martial arts taught me a lot about myself, and I'm glad that I did it.
Definitely.
But I also went to school.
Yeah.
I also got my degree. I also pursued my professional life. Like I never lost track of any of that.
Yeah,
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I saw a lot of the guys to my left and to my right that weren't doing the things I was doing.
Bro. I was one of them.
So then how did you transition, out of curiosity?
Well,
because you say like you're done fighting.
Yeah, I mean, we had a trucking company for a while, me and my dad. So I've been doing that. But bro, like to be honest, I don't know. Like you said, if I were to go back and change, man, I don't know.
There's no wrong answer. If you told me
so much fucking
if you told me right now that you say like actually no, I do regret going into martial arts, I wouldn't blame you.
No, I don't regret it, but I would change a lot of stuff. Like that transition to the real world, that wasn't an issue because I was even when I was fighting, I was working, like with semi trucks and booking loads and all this stuff. But I just feel like if I stayed in Idaho, I would have. I don't know what could have happened, but it would have been better, I think.
That's the other thing. You don't know for certain. Yeah. How do you know that there wouldn't be other circumstances that would present themselves?
Yeah, that's the
what
thing.
you really are saying is, and I hate to say it this way, maybe you'll get angry at me. You wish you would have had more discipline.
Yeah.
So that the people when they did ask you to go out, when they did ask you, you would have been able to be like, no, I'm good.
Because, like I said, that alone is a fight by itself, So
I tell the high schoolers, I say that to be a winner is not a choice. It's 1,000 choices. You have to choose it every day.
I fucking like that.
You have to choose it every day because to be a loser, that's one choice.
I never heard. I like that, bro.
you don't have opportunities every day to be a winner.
Right.
You have opportunities every second to be a loser.
Yeah.
So to be a loser is like, okay, I don't want to do anything with my life. Woo! Life's easy.
Right.
To be a winner, that's every fucking day. That's a choice you have to make when you wake up to when you go to bed. A choice.
Yeah, it doesn't just happen like that. You gotta do it.
It's the consistency is the hardest thing in sport, not just martial art.
It is.
So I tell them all the time, I'm like, you guys think you wake up on a Monday, you feel good, you're not sore or whatever, and you have a good practice. Man, I'm gonna be a winner. And then on Tuesday, when you're fucking sore from that practice you had last night, and you're like, ooh, I don't really feel like training that hard today. Well, you didn't choose being a winner that day.
Right.
Being a winner is a choice every day.
Yeah, you gotta do the shit you don't want to do, man. Sometimes to get the stuff that others don't have. So
and it's tough for me to say because on one side I preach it, but I didn't practice it.
Yeah, that's how it is. I mean, like don't get me wrong, I wasn't like partying and doing this and doing that. It was just like I feel like if I stayed in Boise, I would have fought at lightweight throughout my career. at 155. I moved down here, bro. We're going out to eat every fucking week. Every week we're eating sushi, we're eating this. So I have to go up. I went to 170.
No, you don't. You could have not gone out.
Yeah, but it was just easier for me just to
You chose to be a 170.
I chose to fight bigger people and be myself than to cut like 50 pounds and be half of myself. But I don't know.
Can I say something? I feel like there's a side of you that is like super assertive and understands like logically the scenario, but then there's another side of you right now that's like creating excuses.
Yeah. I mean,
and I think you're aware of it.
Yeah.
I don't think you're oblivious to it. So let me ask you this question. Why are you creating excuses?
I mean,
I have no problem saying...
What do you mean? Like,
I have no problem saying I was not good enough.
Yeah.
I was a great fighter, and I could fuck up most of the people here. I still can. If I decided to come back, the 35ers around this area would shit their pants.
Yeah.
But I don't, I'm for what? I'm not going to be the best. I fought a guy who was better than me and younger than me and proved to me that I'm not as good as I thought I was.
Yeah.
That's okay. But I don't have these like, I'm glad I trained with St. Charles of May. I'm glad I trained with J. Diamante. I'm glad I trained everywhere I trained. I'm glad I went to the gyms that I went. I'm glad I lost the fights that I lost and I won the fights that I won. I would not change a thing. Everything had to happen the way it happened. And to the extent that I have these instances where like I feel like I felt short, it's my fault.
Yeah.
I was the constant variable in all this.
No, I'm just like explaining the circumstance. Obviously, it is your fault. It doesn't seem that way. Am I just...
I think you haven't accepted it.
Yeah. Accepted that like things didn't go my way.
That you weren't good enough.
I mean, I never really.
If you were, we'd be talking about you.
I mean, obviously, I wasn't good enough to make it there. Obviously, like that's not even the.
And what I mean by good enough is like it's not about
like you didn't take the right steps to get there.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you were a shit fighter or that things. No. I'm saying that I don't think any fighter goes into a fight 100%. I'm sure if you ask any fighter on a card, tell me about your camp, everyone has some bullshit. I got my hand hurts, my baby mama is wanting child support. Everyone's got a fucking story. So like no one's going into a fight 100%. And the thing I say that is because like any fighter could easily say like I lost this fight because of this or because of this camp or this coach. Shut the fuck up. I hate hearing that shit. It's like no, you're the one.
Yeah.
So forgive me.
No, like the fights that I lost because I got my ass whooped. That's why I lost. I lost because I got my ass whooped. But I'm saying like the circumstances and this and that.
Maybe they would have made the difference, or maybe they wouldn't have.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Hindsight 2020.
The reason I say that is, and forgive me,
you're fine.
I'm not trying to be like combative. It's just I find that I have to tell myself that. Does that make sense?
Tell yourself what exactly?
I wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Because whenever I go to fights, whenever I start training a little bit and I'm fucking people up, I think to myself like, why did I stop? Why did I stop? I'm 30, 33. I could maybe, Arion, you weren't good enough. Stop. You weren't good enough.
I know what you mean, but I mean, yes, I wasn't good enough, but that wasn't for me. Like my skills wasn't the reason why. My skills wasn't the reason why I didn't make it or this and that. It was something.
By the way, I didn't say it was.
No. Yes.
It could be all the circumstances that we were talking about.
And I was just explaining those circumstances. If that seems like an excuse, then fuck, it's an excuse. Like. But I'm okay with saying I'm not good enough. I was never the best in St. Charles either. Like I was. My first couple of years there, bro, like Charles Johnson would fuck me up. He's a flyweight, So I knew I wasn't like some special guy out there, but...
Or maybe Charles is.
Huh?
Or maybe Charles is special. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I see, yeah.
It's like, I'm weird about these things because I'm simultaneously, I don't dilute from how great I was. No, motherfucker, I was above average. I'll fuck a lot of people up. But I also want to be like... If I was as good as I thought I was,
like what it comes down to is I wasn't.
It's like I would have been world champion, but I wasn't. So I'm not. But I'm not shit. I'm not bad. I'm not any of these things. No, fuck that. but I'm also, it's a balancing
what
act
you
that I
mean,
do
yeah.
because whenever I feel like I need like that ego boost, I do look back and I go, yeah, I did some pretty cool
Yeah.
shit. But whenever I need to humble myself, I always remind myself, hey,
Okay, I see
Ariane,
what you mean.
you weren't
Yeah.
good enough.
So you use both of the
Yeah.
sides to kind of.
I use it when I need it.
Yeah, I see.
If I'm starting to feel
I see.
my own oats and think I'm the shit, and I look back at old photos. I have all the photos from my last fight when I got like cut
When
up.
was your fight?
Austin Bashi. It was a Shamrock event like
Yeah,
3 years
I
ago. And
remember.
Austin's now in the UFC, crushing it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Doing it, but he was a 20-year-old kid, 21-year-old kid.
I was watching your interviews when you were gonna fight him,
Yeah,
cause I knew Bashi from Iridium. I was like, oh, this is
he's
gonna be
legit.
fucking good, bro. And I knew you weren't gonna just let him
No,
roll you over.
I remember I said it in an interview. I was like, either this kid
Yeah,
is legit.
that's the interview I was talking about.
Yeah. Either this kid's legit or he's not.
Yeah,
We're gonna find
We're
out.
gonna find out.
I'll know in the first 30 seconds. Guess
Was
what?
that your last one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and a bunch of people told me like, that's a good loss, Ariane. He's in the UFC and all these other things. Why don't you end on a win? And I go, for what reason?
For what reason?
Yeah,
For
I was like,
what?
for what?
Do I count
To who?
again?
For who? I had 18 fights, and I lost 2 of them. I'm okay
Yeah.
with that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, well, amateur,
Yeah,
pro,
yeah, no,
all
I
of these
know. Yeah,
together.
that's-
18 fights.
How many
in the
amateurs
cage?
did you have?
10. I was 10-0.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 35, 45 pound.
Jeez,
You see what I'm saying? Like, I have stories
That's crazy
that I
record,
can
bro.
say that I'm like, no, I was good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I have to humble myself. Yeah, I was good, but I wasn't good enough.
I see. Yeah.
So I chose a family and kids and business. And then, by the way, I'm happy with my decisions.
Yeah.
I regret nothing.
No, right now, bro, I'm probably the happiest I've been. And it's all cause like I'm with my kids all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Like family life.
You were saying earlier that your family, the way you were raised, that if you could raise your kids half as good as your parents
Yeah.
raised you, can you elaborate a little bit on that? Like, what was it that you felt as a child from your parents? Like an abundance of love?
Yeah.
Did they have a lot of money and they just bought you stuff? Like, what do you mean by that?
So we like typical family, you know, we didn't have a lot of money, you know, but somehow or another our parents they got us everything and anything, you know, they like even when I started the sport, not even one time they told me, hey, it's not a good idea. They were like, you want to do this? All the way up.
They were supportive.
Let's see what can happen, you know. So just like supportive and loving, you know, like I said, we didn't grow up with like a lot of stuff, but like my parents worked their asses off just to make sure we were good, you know. So if I can do that with my kids, you know, even half of it, I'm okay, you know, because I mean, I think I turned out to be an okay person. So
I will agree with you. I think you're a pretty okay person. No, I
you don't know me, bro. I'm crazy, bro.
Nah, I know where your head's at in a lot of things, and I like that. You say a lot of the things that I think, like your respect and adherence to being a father is number one. I think that's how all men should be when they have kids, and I can point out the men that aren't, and I do think less of them.
Oh yeah, fuck that.
I also resonate with that because when I look back at my parents, I think to myself, like, how the fuck did you guys do it?
Right.
Like, you guys had none of the means that I have, no internet. You couldn't just Google stuff when you didn't know it. You didn't have any family members like I have, you know, if I want to go out with my wife, like we have our my mother-in-law can watch, or my sister-in-law. We have like all this family that can help us in any way. My parents didn't have any of that.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, how the fuck did
And they
you guys
probably
do
got
it?
here super young too.
Yes. I think my dad and my mom, they didn't know any English either. So like, dude, when I just
tough, bro. That's
I think about how I'm running downhill and it's just so easy. And I'm like, oh man, I hope I'm doing this and that right. They had to run uphill with the wind at their face and they were still doing it. The older I get, the more reverence and more appreciation I have for my family.
Same here, man. Same here.
My parents specifically. So I understand that you're kind of done with the sport. Mike was talking to you about possibly getting into the grappling aspect of it. Is there any enticement whatsoever about competing?
I mean,
in grappling?
This was a long time ago. When I first started training, I did a lot of like tournaments in jiu-jitsu and stuff, but I don't think so, bro. If there is no like risk factor, like I don't want to sound like a caveman, but if there's no risk like a high risk. I don't want to.
There's no
I don't.
adrenaline.
Yeah, I don't want to do jujitsu for what? Just the butt scoop out. I'm good. Bro. For what? Like butts. Like I'm gonna get heel hooked, bro. I'm good, bro. I can't defend that shit.
He's like, I fought in a cage. What am I gonna do?
No, like
Dog's butt scoot.
Nah, I can't. I do. You seen that RAF?
RAF, yeah.
I'm like, that's like, I don't know if they would get me in, probably not, but that's like pretty cool.
Well, if you wanted to do like
singlets and shit.
wrestling,
Yeah.
I mean, you could do like there's
Like a
tournaments that
tournament?
happen all the time.
Yeah.
Me and some of the
I get
coaches
my
after
ass whooped, bro.
after state, me and some of the coaches were like, man, this is like firing us up. And like all the other coaches were like, I'm gonna start looking at like, adult divisions, stuff like that. And I was like, yeah.
that'd be
Yeah, I was like,
cool,
if you do it, I'll do it. And they're like, for real? I go, yeah. They turn around, I was like, fine, I'm fucking doing that.
See, I
shit.
would wrestle, but I wouldn't do jujitsu. I don't want to get like my knees torn up.
I think wrestling hurt me more than jujitsu.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wrestling was the most.
But with like submissions.
Wrestling was the hardest thing I did.
Yeah.
Wrestling
Hands
was
down,
harder
hands
than
down,
fighting.
bro. Hands down.
Wrestler was harder than school.
Yeah.
Wrestling was the hardest thing I did, and I only did high school wrestling. I didn't even do college wrestling. You know what I mean? So like I could only imagine how hard that fucking sport gets.
Yeah.
I'm glad I did it, but I'm just saying like
Way harder than fighting.
objectively,
Huh? Way
dude,
harder.
fighting was. I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but for me, fighting was like. This is amazing. I don't have to make weight 3 times a week.
Right.
I make weight, and by the way, I can weigh in the day before I have to compete. So like that was a superpower for us. I would weigh in 135. Fight night, I was 155. The guy who doesn't know how to cut weight was 135. He walks around 140. You know what I mean?
You're cutting weight over here, bro.
And then I'd show up the next day. And he's like, "Yo, what the fuck happened?" I was like, "Yeah, water happened."
Wait, bro.
But then like you fight 3 or 4 times a year. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, imagine wrestling season if you only had to wrestle 3 times.
Yeah, that's the
How
one thing
easy it would
I
be.
didn't. And like 4 times a year if you're lucky.
And more importantly, it's sexy.
Yeah.
Like wrestling is not sexy. Like,
Yeah.
like basketball, football, sexy sports, right?
Like attractive to the eye. You know?
Yeah. And also like at school, like people would go to the football games. People would go to the basketball games. A few
Nobody
people
would
would go to the
come to
wrestling
wrestling.
matches. You know what I
Nobody
mean?
comes to wrestling.
So it's like fighting is sexy. I fought at the family arena as an amateur. Bro, I'm so sorry to my wife and anybody that's about to hear that. The amount of pussy that would get thrown at me after like an amateur
That's
fight.
a big arena, bro.
Dude,
that was a big
we
arena.
were lucky. When I was an amateur, we came up. I said this with Dan O'Connor and some of the other fighters. I came up in the golden
Yeah,
age of
you
MMA,
did, bro, you did.
and I just didn't even know it until after the fact. Because we came up, there was Nemesis back when it was still in not Cape, but Springfield, I don't know, Southern Missouri.
yeah.
Then you had Cape, you had Shamrock, you had Jim Jenkins. You had like 6 or 7 different promotions.
yeah.
On any given weekend for like 3 years, there was a fight happening somewhere in Missouri. And it was fucking awesome. And there was like an abundance of amateur athletes, an abundance of pros. You even had Spire doing rankings for amateurs and pros.
Shit.
It was awesome. Like it was such a great time.
It's like interesting, you know.
And
like,
then Shamrock
fuck,
got the State Athletic Commission involved in amateur fighting. So what happened was
Really?
Yeah, so what happened was when Brad Carey and Marlene got NFA from whatever the guy's name was that ran it beforehand, they were doing only amateur events. And because they were doing only amateur events, they didn't need to get the State Athletic Commission involved.
wasn't regulated. Huh?
No, it was regulated from a different sanctioning body. It was like Spire or BFA. I forget it. I'm sorry, guys. Like some of these acronyms. But anyway, there was 2 things. But the sanctioning bodies were like $2,000 to do a show. They would handle the insurance. They would handle all this other stuff. You could do tickets however you wanted to. And I think Jesse got his buddy involved, and then like Jeremy Johnson and all these guys got involved and pushed the legislation through. They lobbied for it, and it's under the guise of
I didn't know that, bro.
fighter
That's crazy,
safety because it extends blood work to
I'm
fighters.
sure.
And here's the thing: the problem is they're not wrong,
Yeah.
right? So like extending blood work to fighters,
Like a
amateur
valid
fighters is
point,
valid,
but
but did you have to get the state involved in every other
Right,
aspect?
right.
That's why NFA does pro-am now, because they're like, well, if we're gonna have to pay the state
Right,
athletic
right.
commission for amateurs, might as well do pros as well.
Right.
So it was just it was the wild west of MMA, and it was.
When did you make your amateur debut? Like what year?
I graduated high school 2011. I think I made my amateur debut 2012.
2012.
Yeah, because like I said, once I realized I wasn't gonna go and wrestle in college, I was kind of like in a funk. And Elvin was like, "Well, if you wrestled, like, come do jujitsu." Came into jujitsu. Rest is history.
So what was that? 20-something years?
Yeah, I fought. No, not 20. I trained and fought for 11 years in total.
Oh, okay.
From 19 to about 30, and then I retired at age 30, and I'm 33 now. So
I had my first fight in 2013, year after you.
yeah,
No. Yeah, it was.
you would have been what, 18?
I had an amateur kickboxing fight, but I don't count that. But my first MMA cage fight was 18, and I was still in high school, but
In here in St. Louis or
in Boise.
Boise?
They thought I was in the UFC, bro. I
all
came up with
all the high
pictures.
schoolers.
They're like, bro, what the fuck did you just get? I'm like, yep.
You went from the bully to be like, everyone's
bro.
like, don't fuck with that guy.
The teachers were helping me out, bro. Like, to be honest, like I wasn't the best student in high school, and I had a couple people help me out. Without those people, bro, it would have been hard because I would like skip school and go train. I would like my parents don't even probably know now, but I would just wake up, go to school for like an hour or two, go to the gym, bro.
That's funny that you say that. I was the same way in high school. I was the same way in high school.
I go to the gym, bro.
I remember my senior year, that's the year I medaled at state, and I had a math class in 7th period, and I was like, I just stopped going.
Yeah.
And I remember like my math teacher would like see me in the halls earlier today, and she's like, "Are you gonna come to class today?" I go,
We'll see.
I go, "I don't think so." And she was just like looking at me like, "You can't do this." And I was like, "Who's gonna stop me?"
Bro.
So I'd go to the weight room and I would like hit the bike or whatever. I'd go lift or I'd go to the wrestling room and I just stopped going to 7th hour. I failed that class, obviously. But my problem was I talked to my counselor and I was like, she was like, "What do you I didn't know what I wanted to do in my life. I thought I was gonna go into the army."
Oh, really?
Yeah. There was like a 3-4 month span where I was like, I'll just go to the military. I'll just kill some fucking people. Or I looked at it as a win-win. Either I kill them and I come back a hero, or they kill me and I don't gotta worry about this shit anymore. Dude, this is where I was at 17, 18, guys.
That's a good mindset.
And then obviously I didn't say anything to like my parents, but I was like, fuck it.
In your head, you're
gotta roll the dice. You feel me? Anyway, so I talked to my counselor. I was like, what's the bare minimum I need to graduate high school? And she's like, well, as long as you have like a 2.0 and you get like 3.5 credit, it was like basically I could fail 3 of the classes. So what did I do? I just stopped going to some of these classes. If the class was hard, I just stopped going.
Bro, to be honest,
that was my senior year.
I did the same fucking shit, bro. I went to my principal's office and he liked me. He was an Italian man, and he knew me because his daughter used to teach us math like a few years back.
Like tutor you?
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm doing this stuff. Like, I need some leeway, and kind of worked it out, bro. Like, I had like a system in high school. I had like people doing my homework, bro. I would give it to I would pay my sister sometimes, bro. Like, it was crazy. My parents had no idea what I was doing, bro.
I also, I'll go a step further. Not to get too into this, but like I felt like, and I still feel like, high school is not about educating.
Yeah.
Or like
it never was.
Having kids fall in love with learning. Like for me, I took the ACT because like all seniors had to take it, right? I took the ACT and I got a 35 out of 36 on the ACT.
What is that, a good score?
It's a very good score. So I got Bright Flight, thanks Bush. I got all these things because of it. And it was the first time that I started thinking about college. Because I was like, oh, well, if they're going to give me like X amount of thousands of dollars and stuff like that. And then at the time, there was a university that was going to give me a scholarship, athletic scholarship for wrestling. And I was going to wrestle at UCM. Oh. The whole thing about UMSL is like a long story with my mom, terminally ill. But I was like, oh, for the first time in my life, I was like, maybe I'll go to college. You know what I mean? Yeah. Once I went to college, that's when I was like, once I had to start paying for it. And I was like, oh, like I really started taking it seriously. I graduated with a 4.1. And I was training and working full time. So it's like, it was never that I was dumb. It was never that I was incapable of learning or any of these things. It was that very few of my teachers throughout my life could tap into that and get something out of me. And it felt like daycare. The reason why a lot of people in public school are like, I fucking hate school, is because they're not being stimulated at all. They're going there as like a daycare like for young adults.
Like a robot.
Yes. Like just go and do the thing. Why do I have to do the thing? Because the thing is what we have to do.
Right.
Well, it fucking sounds awful.
I listened to you said not to get it too deep into, but I was watching this podcast between Dominic Cruz and Raul Rosas Jr. And Raul saying, I just went to high school to be around kids my age. I didn't really care. I was like, yeah, kind of same here, bro.
Yeah, because he's in the gyms all day, every day with adults. So it's just nice to get around people. I'm sure that's what Talon has to deal with.
Oh, fuck yeah, bro. 17.
Talon's just like around killers all
How
day,
old
every
is
day.
that kid?
He's like 14, 15.
I think
He's about to be a
17, bro.
freshman in high school.
I thought it was a little bit.
Either he's a freshman now, or I think he's in eighth grade. He's about to be a freshman. Yeah.
So what is he? I know he's signed with Iridium. Is he just does tournaments?
He does the Gamma stuff, and he also competes like in wrestling. He went to like a college tournament and beat 2 kids.
Really?
Yeah, he's just he's a prodigy kid.
Damn, bro.
Joe, his father, like ever since that kid was old enough to be in diapers, he was on the mats. You know what I mean?
I see.
But I'll say this: have you ever like talked to him?
No. I've never met him, just on Instagram.
He's really mature.
Oh yeah.
For his age, and it makes me feel like he's always around adults.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because I think if you put him around kids,
It's not gonna.
I think he'd be the adult in the room. Hey, what are you guys doing? So I think there's some value to him being around people his age. Yeah, man. I don't regret fighting. I loved my time doing it. Taught me a lot about myself.
You wouldn't fight again, huh? Like that's it.
I'm doing this jiu-jitsu match.
Yeah.
The CXBJJ.
Oh, I heard about it. Who you grappling?
I don't know if I can. Yeah.
Oh, you can't.
Zach Vegas. He's the purple belt. I only have.
Is it gi?
It's gi.
Oh fuck.
Well, he wanted to do gi, so I was like, I don't care. Dude, it's 5 minutes.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, that's what I think. I want to be careful how I say this
because it holds you, bro.
He can't. That's the thing. He can't. I don't.
5 minutes.
I just think you said earlier, like there's no like edge, there's no threat.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about this.
Yeah.
And it's not like I'm insulting Zach.
No.
It's like it actually has nothing to do with Zach.
Yeah.
It could be some black belt, and I'd still feel the same way. Of like, oh, I don't have to worry about getting elbowed in the fucking face or like, getting knocked out in front of my family. You know what I mean? It's just it is what it is, and it's 5 minutes.
It's like that. It's like that.
He wanted to do the gi. I was like, whatever. I'm gonna no gi the shit out of you in the gi. That's my mentality.
Are you pretty good at no gi? I mean, are you good at gi? Like,
I've been doing jiu-jitsu for 15 years. Yeah, I mean,
all in gi?
No. Gi. I think I have. Mop gave me my blue belt years ago. To the point where I forgot about it because I was never in the gi.
You had a blue belt.
And then when I went under Lucas started me at the white belt again. Mop messaged me after watching a podcast. He's like, "Don't you remember the blue belt I got you?"
Oh, what the?
And I was like, "I did one gi tournament. I got my blue belt, and I forgot about it." We were talking about like a lifetime ago, and I was like, "Oh my god, he had photos," and I was like, "Oh shit!" So yeah, I know I'm a blue belt, but the problem is I don't want to go out there in a blue belt because then if I beat him, that's kind of like disrespectful. But I also don't have my purple belt, so I can't go out there with the purple belt.
With the
so I'm gonna no. You know what I'm gonna do? 20 stripe pink belt.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna get a pink belt, and I'm gonna do like yes, and I'm gonna have a whole speech. I'm like, any man can get a purple belt, but few men can do the ladies defense course in Gracie Humaida.
Where's that at? Where's that match gonna be at?
Red Roof. I'm gonna have a blast with it. Like, I don't want to say too much, but like I was thinking about instead of being in a gi, like buying a really cheap suit, like $100 suit, and like wearing a suit. But then someone told me, he's like, dude, don't do that because then he can grab your tie. And I was like, oh shit, if he chokes me out with my own tie.
Then I was see you at JC Page getting up.
I was like, I'm pretty sure I want to like have fun with this. So like I'm gonna come out to like a Virgin by Madonna, and I was gonna shotgun a beer right before I go out there. I was gonna have my wife and my daughter in my corner, and then when I'm on top of them, I'm gonna be like, baby, what should I do? I don't know. I'm going to have fun with it. It's just like one of these Twilight things, and I'm glad he called me out.
It's fun. Oh, he called you out?
Oh, shit. On the podcast.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I had Zach and Pat.
Oh, he was...
he didn't call me out. In his defense, he was more like, I think it'd be fun, but here's the problem. I don't look at that like... Dude, if we're gonna compete, I'm gonna try to strangle you. You know what I mean? Like,
it's not just...
I'm gonna have fun before and after, but for those 5 minutes, I'm gonna try to strangle you.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, sure, I'll strangle you.
That's like an MMA fighter mindset.
Yes.
That's not a jiu-jitsu guy, bro.
No. I had Cody Kellison on. He's like, are you gonna train for this? I go, no.
That's what I would have done.
So yeah, I did best of both worlds. Fuck it. And if he chokes me out, I don't know. Fuck it, bro. I'll have a beer anyway. It'll be great. No, but I also have I don't want to do jiu-jitsu tournaments. I don't want to. I want to do wrestling tournaments. I like coaching. I'll coach.
Yeah. So you coach girls?
Girls and boys high schoolers.
Girls and boys high
Yeah, he was actually one of my. He graduated last year. He was like one of my.
really?
Yeah, I think I came in your sophomore year.
Yes.
When I started coaching.
Huh.
And now I just got my first state medalist. I've been coaching for 3 years. I got my first state medalist. Toby,
Congrats.
shout out Toby.
What weight?
120.
120.
Yeah, he's a wiry little guy. But the emotions that I got from fighting, like that, the anxiety I got at state, dude, I was sweating
really?
the whole fucking day. I was sweating because you want the kids to win, and it's not even like you're worried about them getting hurt. It's just I want you to win like I won. I want you to feel like how I felt.
Yes.
And when he won his blood round match, oh my God, I lost my shit. You would have thought like I felt better, or I felt on par with like how I felt winning a fight.
Yeah.
It's that is like where I get my outlet now. And what's nice is it's only 4 months a year, like of like hard coaching because it's a season. So the other 8 months I have off, and you start to miss it again. Let me ask you this: do you think you would have liked fighting more if it was a season and not year round?
No, I don't. Cause dude, like I fell in love with this shit, so I wanted to
do it all the
like,
time.
I wanted to do it, so I didn't mind like training multiple times a day
and staying on weight and things like that.
I
That never got old to you?
Like staying on weight?
Yeah, like for me, I hated the fact that I had to keep my weight down. Because like you say, like I accepted a fight 3 days notice, dude. I walked around 160.
That's only at 170.
And I fought at 135. So
you
like
walked at 170?
Yeah, like 160, 170. Yeah, dog. Yeah,
that's what I walk around at. Shit, nah.
So like I had to keep my weight down.
Yeah.
If someone calls me on 3 days notice,
See,
if I'm not 150, I can't
weight.
make it.
I just went up a weight class. I didn't want to do all that. I love the fighting, and I like the weight cutting too, to a point, because that gets you prepared for the fighting mentally. People don't understand that. I'm like you can't, if you quit the weight cut, something happens. You're gonna get the shit beat out of you in a fight. But I didn't mind cutting weight. It's
Not just that, you're gonna get a lot of guys that pull out.
Oh yeah.
Because think about how many guys are like, it's the week of the fight,
bro.
They're 5 pounds
I
out.
pulled out from my weight cut, bro. I went to Boise, caught weight by my own, hit my head on the tub, knocked myself out. Nobody knew what
You did a hot tub bath.
Yeah. I could
You got up too fast.
Yeah, I hit my head. They canceled the fight. My coach Freddie comes in with his sister Vita. Like, what the fuck? I'm like, I guess I fucking slipped and fell. Woke up, water up to like here in the tub. But yeah,
you could have died,
dead, bro. But yeah, I just went up a weight class. It was too much, you know. Like I didn't mind cutting weight, but just when I saw that I was like just losing a lot of myself, either I stop now or I go up a weight class. Because like my weight class that I should have been fighting at was 165. That's my fucking weight class.
Meaning you're not a 55er.
Yeah.
You're too big to be a
I'm in the fucking
55er,
middle, bro.
but you're too small to be a 170er.
Yeah. I can make 55, but I'm going to have to fucking die. And fight day, I'm going to have cardio for about 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Max. But,
And that's if you're not grappling.
Yeah. If I'm grappling, bro, cut off a lot of time from that. But yeah.
Unfortunately, there's the weight classes are.
The 70, I was walking around like 180. I didn't really cut
You're
weight
small
that much. Well, like
170,
182. And my first fight at 70, I fought a fucking heavyweight, bro. The guy came in at 206.
For fight night.
Yeah. And
so he weighed 170.
No, excuse me. He came in at 186. My first ever fight at 70, I fought Carl Jefferson. I call him Prez or something, here in Missouri. He came in at 186, and I was like, you're way overweight, but I'm still going to fight you. You know, it's all good. Just one thing. Tomorrow, fight day.
There's no way he came in at 186. He had to have come because if he's if he's above the next weight class, then even the state athletic commission can't let it. So he must have been like 184.
Maybe.
Because if you're 170,
I know he was over 180. I know that, and he wasn't like 182, bro.
Okay.
And this was like 2019. I don't know, somewhere. I don't fucking remember.
Before COVID.
Time. Yeah, it was before COVID.
The reason I say that is because if someone misses
the
weight and you're
commission,
above the next weight class, not even the state athletic
they're not even
commission can do
gonna
anything
bother
about that.
But anyways, that happened. I told this guy, I said, hey, just tomorrow, don't be over 205, please.
Gentleman's agreement.
Yeah. Said, all right. Comes in at like 206, and I'm like 178. I'm like, fuck. My first fight at 170, I'm fighting a fucking light heavyweight, bro.
How'd that fight go?
I beat him third round with a guillotine choke, but that was the only fight in my life where I got knocked out. Like, only fight where like I was out, then I woke up again.
I mean, he dropped you.
I had him on a double against the cage, and I was just hanging out, and he just threw like 4 fucking elbows, bro, like really bad. And the third one knocked me out because I had a grip on his ass, just to lift him up. And like he hit me and I went limp, and then hit me again. I wake up. I'm like, fuck that shit, bro. We're wrestling right now, bro. So
thank you for the 4th one.
yeah, I was like, bro, if you
Turned
kept
me
it at
off
3,
and
I would
on.
have been fucking down.
You know those
bro.
Windows memes like
yeah. And you can see that video of me like going limp, and I was like, yeah, it fucking sucks, bro. And I'm thinking to my head, I'm like, this is how it fucking feels, bro. Fuck that.
Do you ever feel like any sort of pull to give back to the martial arts community?
Yeah. I'm glad you asked that question. Not as like a coach, because I don't think I'm a good. Even though I was an okay fighter, I'm not a good coach. But I do have.
Well, God bless you for realizing.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys I think because they
just because I love it, because I'm good at it, doesn't mean I can show it to you, And maybe like a coach is good coach, but he can't really compete,
Yeah.
So, but I have a couple of Turkish friends that fight. There's 2 guys that I'm kind of involved with them a little bit with like the management side, like booking fights, helping him out. Like they would send me fights, I would like
just kind of like an extra set of eyes.
Yeah, and these guys are like professional fight. They're not like low level amateurs. One of them, Jamal Mavludov, he is like 22. He's 6-1 as a pro. It's lightweight. Has like spinning back kick knockout, stuff like that. I help him out sometimes,
Isn't it crazy how good these kids are getting now, dude?
Right now, bro, if I go to the gym to SCMMA, I'd get my shit beat out of me by any amateur guy.
Yeah.
At SCMMA, I know that will happen.
When I lost the Bashi, everyone thought that like the reason I quit was because I lost. The real reason I quit was because the guy was so young. Yeah. I thought to myself, like, there have been fights that I've had before where if it was close or whatever, I always thought like, if I fought you again,
I'd get like the Demetrius Wilson fight.
Yes. Thank you for saying that. I thought I won that fight, and I knew that like if I fought him again, I'd like, dude, you're getting your shit stomped in. You know what I mean? But when I got done with the Austin Bashi fight, like how they say like, oh, 9 times out of 10.
Yeah.
No. 10 times out of 10, he beats me. Yeah. Like I won't beat that guy.
It is what it is.
And that's when I dawned on me, and then I thought to myself like, this is just the beginning, because he's 20 and I'm 28 at the time when I fought him. Bro. He was 20, so I was 8. But here's the thing, I thought that I had the experience on him. No, he had been training since he was like 8 years old. So like even though that time, he's 8 years younger than me and just as experienced as me, it's a losing battle. And then Raul Rosas Jr. starts going into the UFC, and I thought to myself, there's a new guard that's coming, and I'm now old. I'm old. Yeah. I hate to say it that way, but like at the time, that's what it is. It's like this isn't getting better. And now I see the kids, like even 3 years removed now, bro. It's so crazy how good everybody is now. Like good stand-up, good grappling, good transitions, better weight cutting, better nutrition.
Crazy. Like cardio, like 10 out of 10. I'm like,
it's insane. Well, because they're so comfortable.
Yeah.
See, I always said this. I was a wrestler who learned how to fight, but I was not a fighter who learned how to wrestle. So whenever I would go to fight, I was still like, oh shit. Like, you got these kids that are fucking cold.
They don't care. That's like so comfortable. Like
just another day in the office.
But I know what you mean because I was the same way. But yeah, bro, you see like these younger kids like switching stances and throwing like I'm like, bro,
high level shit.
How do you
high level shit?
Who's teaching you this shit? Okay, you can learn this by doing it in a fight. That's a whole different fucking animal,
Dude, 10 years ago, Anderson Silva landed a teep kick knockout to Vitor Belfort. And all of us were like, holy shit, what is this teep kick? No one had seen it before. And then I remember that because when Anderson Silva knocked out Vitor Belfort, the next 2 months, everyone's doing teeps in the gym. Bro. And then when Anderson Silva snapped his leg on Chris Weidman, I'm telling you, Tony, for like a month, no one threw a fucking leg kick. No one do a fucking leg kick.
Is that kind of similar to like the Conor McGregor situation, like when he checked it?
Yeah. I
Yes.
think so.
Yeah. Well, no, Connor's. No. You want to know the irony of it? Chris Weidman. Fast forward 7 years after he checks, and then when he fought Uriah Hall, the first kick in the fucking fight, the exact same thing. And I thought to myself, like, what are the odds that you were the recipient of one of the nastiest
magic,
leg
bro.
snaps, and then also the creator of one? It's like God has a sense of humor. I'm convinced.
That was one of my biggest like fears if I ever had one. Was
Breaking?
that just snapping my fucking
Leg
bro.
on a leg kick. Mine was exclusively getting knocked the fuck out.
Oh, really?
Bad. Well, not because I was even scared of getting knocked out. I just didn't want to be on someone's highlight reel. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You TKO me, that's fine. Like Bash TKO'd me, but don't like spinning wheel kick, 360 Hadouken knock me out, because I can't go home to my family.
See, that's the part about the sport where it's like, on your bad day, bro, everybody gonna see it. They can make fun of you, they can do whatever you want. But I feel like with other sports, you don't get that. It's just the MMA, you can have a bad day and fucking be in the hospital, and that's it.
Yeah, I also think that the difference factor is the fact that there's so many nut huggers. MMA fans are the worst fans.
Oh,
Bar none, hands down, the worst fans.
Yeah,
Because they're the ones
sure.
that say the dumb shit like, so there'll be a fight going on. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe he's tired in the second round. I'm like, let me lay on top of you for a minute. Get me off of you. Let me mount you. 1 minute, get me off. And then if you're not drenched in sweat, you fat fuck eating Doritos and drinking the beer, I don't want to fucking hear this shit. And by the way, this guy's a killer trying to knock you out.
Right, bro? Like,
I can't believe he's tired. Motherfucker, I've seen you fuck your wife. You're done after 3 pumps. Don't talk about tired. Don't talk about tired. But no, it is funny how that works. And it's funny how short the attention span is. When I was a fighter, I thought that if I lost, like everyone would hold that against me. You know what I mean? Dude, people forget after like a week.
Yeah,
oh yeah, you fought. That's right,
bro. People move on, bro. But to you, it's like, fuck.
That's the shit I do now more than anything as a coach. Coaching is like technique, but the majority of what I try to tell the kids is the shit that I wish someone would have told me.
Yeah, bro.
You think this moment's so important, you're gonna forget about it in a week.
Yeah.
You you think that this is so monumental, no one cares. When we go down to state and the kids get on the floor and they start looking because they're at the bottom of the Mizzou arena, and they're like, oh my God, there's like 2,000 people. I go, no one's looking at you.
No
one's looking at you.
Me.
I was like, the people are all looking for their individual kid. Like you think that you're on the floor and everyone's looking, no one cares about you.
Because you think about that, especially because I was seeing the Instagram of my cousin. His sons are at the state. I'm like, it's fucking pretty big arena, bro,
It's impressive.
Yeah.
It's a good time. It's all these things, but at the same time, it's just
you gotta understand it's
the moment.
Yeah.
It always seems bigger.
Yeah.
And
it
then
always seems fucking bigger.
I'm sure,
always.
dude, there are fights that I forgot, and it's not because I've been hit a lot in the head. It's just like,
Yeah.
you'd have to remind me, like we said earlier.
Right.
Oh, that's right, I did fight that guy. Yeah.
But I was there at the that was a crazy ass atmosphere when you fought Wilson.
Demetrius?
Because you had the blacks on this side and
the
Albanians.
Well,
on
I mean,
this
we
side,
had
bro.
we had his corner, and then our corner. Some of them were African
I
American.
swear to God, bro, I was literally in the middle. I'm like,
This is
fucking
wild.
crazy, bro.
I thought I fucking won that fight, dude.
I thought you won that
I
fight,
took
too.
round 1 so easily. Round 2, he like wrestle fucked me, and then round 3, I was like, okay, whatever. I took him down. I laid on him for like, I was in his guard, body punch. My mentality was, you snuck the second round. Let me just secure this round, and then I told my corner, I was like, tell me when it's like 2 minutes left, and they told me. So then I got up and I wanted to like trade a little bit more, and then he went for the takedown, and then he got the decision. I was like, What? Robin Veal, you fuck.
Was that the judge?
That's the
you
judge.
know the judge?
Same judge. You wanna know why? I fought a guy by the name of Horacio Escobar like 3 years later. Because she always gave to the other guy, and I know why. There's like history.
Oh, it's a
between us.
woman judge.
It's a woman judge.
That's the problem, bro.
Maybe. No, but then I fought Horacio Escobar, and I mean, I put it on Horacio, okay? 2 of the judges, 30-27 me. I pillar to post dominated Horacio. She gave Horacio 29-28.
Really?
And Adam Sella, who was like doing
29-28.
commentating on at the time for Shamrock, was like, I didn't know Ray Charles was a ref.
Oh, fuck.
Like he said it like on the thing. I was like, you can see my face because the guy's like, we have a split decision, and I'm like, I was like shocked. I was like, how?
Was that pro?
Yeah. All of that was pro. Wilson and Horacio.
No, I know the Wilson was pro.
Yeah. Horacio was
that
also
the
pro.
Shamrock?
Yeah.
I don't think I watched.
That was when I hurt my hand really bad, and I was out for like 6 or 7 months. And when I came back, he was my return fight. I did a hairline fracture down the hand, which is like the worst way to do it.
Yeah.
You're better off if it's like on the side or like between on the outside of the knuckle. But I had it like going down the hand to the wrist, and I had to take like they're like you can't do anything.
How'd you hurt it? Just fighting?
We were doing 4-ounce gloves, and like I went for an uppercut, and I didn't even throw it that hard.
Small gloves.
Yeah. Puffy, the puffy 6 ounces,
glove,
the 6 ounces. Sorry.
Okay, the 6 ounces.
I didn't even throw it that hard, but I hit the guy like right on the bridge of the chin, and it was like it dug into the cushion and hit me right in the finger. Now, ever since that though, now I don't just throw punches willy-nilly.
Yeah.
Now I'm like aiming everything because I used to just be like, whatever, throw it. You know what I mean? If it hits, it hits.
Fuck.
Anyway, do you have any? Before we put a cap to this conversation, we were going back and forth, but I want to cover the bases of your career first. You're retired now, family. To the extent that you're in the sport, management sounds like what you're trying to pursue. Is that something you want to expand on? Like make like an iridium yourself?
That would be very. Like that's like the angle I would say. Like these guys that I help out, I don't manage them. Like they have their own managements, but I do because I know like the LFA guys pretty good. You know, like I would
You have some
try
connections.
to use my connections. You know, but like eventually that'd be something that I would be really good at. I think like because I have like I know a lot of people, a lot of connections like in the like the Oregon, Washington, that side, the Pacific Northwest. Like I know a lot of the match. Like I know a lot of people down there too. So that's something I would give it a shot at. You know.
It is kind of sad how much we have to travel now to fight the St. Louis guys. Because NFA is doing like 1 or 2 shows a year.
Yeah, they kind of slowed down, huh?
Well, the economics.
It's tough now, bro. It's tough now.
It's tough because it's tough because you have a player in the game that wants to make it tough.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that player, bro. That player held my. So, bro, if I see this guy out in public, I might smack the shit out of him. Because of this motherfucker, I couldn't fight for like 2 years.
He held your contract as well?
Yeah, he
did that to Jordan Dowdy.
Yeah, bro. If I'm shopping on Schnucks and he's like looking at the same fucking ranch, bro, I might just smack on his head, bro. Like, because of this guy, I couldn't fight for 2 years as an amateur. As an amateur, because I was still amateur when I moved to Missouri. So I moved here. I went to Tyron's gym, ATT Evolution. That was kind of not really a gym for MMA fighters. And I went to Finney's, was paying like $200 a month. And I did that for a year, and I thought my contract was for a year. And I don't care talking about this. He already sued me. He can't do shit to me. But I thought my contract was for a year, and I talked to Kelly. I talked to Kelly. I'm like, hey, I want to just get out of here. I want to go to a different job. I just told you flat. I'm not saying, hey, I don't know. I'm just telling you what I'm gonna do.
Hey, I want to cancel my subscription. I don't want to renew.
Yeah, she said, come down here, buddy. See this line right here? It says 2 fucking years. Get back. I was like, oh fuck.
Is that what she said?
Something around, not like that, but something like that.
You signed a 2-year contract.
Yeah, so I was like, fuck it, I don't want to train here. And there's literally nobody there to train with. There's nobody there.
When was this?
This was...
I wasn't there.
No, this was 2016.
Yeah, I came in way after.
There's nobody there. So I left his gym, and just because I left, he told my manager in Boise, because I had a management company in Boise, he said, I'm going to make sure this guy doesn't fucking go anywhere. Like, progress his career.
He said that to your
He
management?
said that to my management, to my manager Alfred.
Meaning like he wouldn't get you
Yeah,
any
he
fights
said
under Shamrock.
not just Shamrock, anybody in the Midwest. I would have to go to. That's why I would fight in fucking Idaho. I would go here. I would go there.
But
in
how
the
does he have the
Midwest,
authority to do that for like I'm
I don't know. That's what he said. And for those 2 years, I couldn't. Like a year and a half, I couldn't really fight. But just because I left this gym, that's why.
yeah, there are horror
And
stories.
he knows a lot of. He has connections, obviously. So
Yeah, he is a
for
connected
long
guy.
time. But if I do see him somewhere, bro, I might smack him up.
Don't bring yourself to that level.
I can't. I don't know, bro.
I do feel that there is a right way to do business and a wrong way to do business, and I do believe in karma. I believe that.
Yeah. I'm gonna be the karma. I'm gonna cause the karma. That you're talking
That's what they used to call me back in the streets.
Coming, bro.
Elmar, that's my slave name.
I'm Karma,
They
bro.
call me Karma. That's funny. No, I just
No, I enjoyed. It was okay, bro. It is what it's all business. Where everybody trying to get money, make money. I get it, bro. Fuck it. That's how you want to roll.
it's a funny story. Well, dude, listen, man, I appreciate you coming on. I hope this is what you thought it would be.
This is a nice place, bro. And I live like right down the street. Too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I live in Fenton right here.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you lived over in St.
141.
Charles.
No. I live here in Fenton.
Okay, so this wasn't too bad of a drive. Thank God.
No. I would drive 30 minutes like twice a day, every day to
Go to the gym.
St. Charles. Yeah.
One of the pros about having like a studio is we can actually do this in person.
Yeah, this
and
is nice,
I go back and forth on this, but I will say that I think the podcasts where you're in person are better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Bro. This is my first time ever doing that in person.
Oh, really?
Like, everything I've done was like
Over the phone.
Skype or this or that. It's not really interesting.
Well, it's
But
it's also like those people do a bunch of those.
Yeah.
So like I know what you're talking about, like those fighter interviews. Like I got you at 5:15. Okay, cool. You're done by 5:25 because they got some guy at 5:30,
yeah.
and they're gonna pump out 10 of them.
Right.
And their hope is volume. And I get it because they don't know who's gonna make it and who's not. So what they want is they want to get as many fighter interviews so that the ones that do make it then get all the views. I get what they're doing, but I think MMA media might be the worst media outlet of all outlets. Like they're so
bro.
surface level and they're so bad. And the majority of it is just like, now because of betting, it's like they're like, what are my parlays? You know what I mean? Who do I have? Here's my card or whatever.
And anybody can do it. You don't gotta have credentials.
No, you don't have to, credentials. Bree Eckert got UFC credentialed.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Knuckle junkies didn't get UFC credentialed. Yeah, knuckle junkies. So like when we're talking about like
Now we know
what are the prerequisites to get
Now we know.
into MMA media? Know somebody. It's fucking awful. And to the point where like I think probably the best one is Ariel Helwani.
Yeah. I
Like
watch
hands
his shit.
down,
I watch his shit.
Ariel Helwani, and he's the one who's like ostracized from the MMA community by Dana White. Ever since that when Brock Lesnar was coming back for UFC 200, he like
Pull a sneak one.
he's like he got that shit on Twitter, and Dana's like that's fucking illegal.
Federal fucking prison, buddy. Get
Go
the
to
fuck
federal
out.
fucking prison. I miss old Dana.
Yeah.
I
bro.
miss old Dana so
Yeah,
bad.
That was the good, like 2009.
Oh
that
my
was the
God.
good shit, bro.
This isn't Survivor. If you want to win this competition, you don't vote someone off. You beat them off.
Smoking weed every day so I don't beat my wife.
Yeah. Oh God, bro.
Dude, the irony of him coming out with Slap, and then like the week or two before the inaugural Slap competition, he we should not be laughing about domestic abuse here on Easy Talk. We do not appreciate hitting your wife, but if you do, definitely don't slap her 2 weeks before you have a slap event. The memes were chef's kiss. Like, oh my God. And because I'm from the Balkan community, I have a bunch of like ignorant Balkans that are like, what? Like,
He's probably freaking out about Dubai just getting.
nah.
I mean, they were just in Mexico yesterday, and all that shit's going down there.
Well, here's what I'll say. I do agree with Marco Rubio. He was outside of Air Force One, and he had an interview with, I don't know what news outlet, but he said it best. He said, the world that we grew up in is gone,
Mm-hmm.
and that a new world structure order is right now happening. And yeah, I can't agree with him more. And here's the thing about, I used to tell Dan O'Connor, I have this rule. I don't have an opinion on anything for 48 hours. So like if something happens, I don't have an opinion on it. I need to wait. Like this person died or this person, like I don't, give me 48 hours. I'm now even thinking like maybe now, because like everything that's happening with Iran and everything that's happening with Mexico and everything, I think that history is written by the victors, and the difference between a fool and a genius is success. So the reason why I want to wait before I have an opinion on any of this is, if they're right, and the Iranian people do want regime change, and they do rise up, and this is the perfect catalyst for that, then Trump's a genius. But if they don't, and if they don't, then he's a fool.
Once again.
And then all that the difference is now is like time will tell. So all I know for certain is Marco Rubio was correct. The world that I grew up in does not exist anymore. We are actively in a transitory period where the world superpowers are vying for. It's a direct reflection of the weakness of the dollar in conjunction with geopolitical shifts. When you can't lord currency over people like you used to be able to, you have to go to the next best thing, which is resources. And some people would say like, oh, well, you need gold. No, dummy. What do you buy with gold? Resources. So like the basic of resources. Like, we were joking, Tony, about how Chamath Palihapitiya was talking about how the next most important mineral of the 21st century is going to be copper because of ionization, because of AI. You're going to need so much copper for electronics that copper is going to slowly become more important than gold. And it's funny how that works. But like how it fucking works. Oil, copper, water, nutrient-rich soil. Because if you know anything about agriculture, our topsoil is like just destroyed from monocropping. And anyway, long story short, there's never been a shortage of hurdles in American history, but I feel like right now there hasn't been a time like this since I was gonna say like pre-World War II, like pre-World War II.
Yeah, bro, possible, bro.
Yeah, pre-World War II.
Right now.
The only difference there was, like, I don't want to say it was clearer, but war and politics and everything was simpler because of the technology at the time. The problem now is the complexity of it all. And here's what I will say. The reason why I don't have an opinion on all of this is you have entire apparatuses of intelligence communities that know way more than I do. So are you telling me that the whole of Mossad and the CIA and our allies, they have an abundance of information and they decided to execute whatever acts they wanted to? I have to assume that they are privy to variables that I'm not privy to, so it makes sense to them.
Yeah.
Now the difference is, whether they can execute properly, because we're in sports, right? Like it can all make sense to us, but then you actually have to go out to a fight. Like you can train for a fight and the guy's strengths and weaknesses and all that stuff, but you still have to go out there and do the fight. That's still a different animal. So like you can have all the information you want, you can have all the soldiers in the right place, you can have all the geopolitical strategy that you have with these alliances and that. Like I was going down the rabbit hole about taking out Maduro in Venezuela, taking over their oil actually helps in this scenario, because if China needed to, we can now sell the Venezuela oil directly to China, even with the Iranian conflict happening right now. It allows us to help our enemies enough so that they don't get involved and start to act. And then if you wanted to really go down the rabbit hole, the fact that Russia's been in a quagmire of a war with Ukraine doesn't necessarily put them in a position to come to Iran's aid. And then China doesn't necessarily want to come out to this particular point as well, because they're already trying to double down on Taiwan at the same time. So it's like, this is where I'm talking about, like, in an isolated incident, this might look like, what is Trump doing? But like, In the broader context, maybe there's a method to the madness. Maybe there's not. Only time will tell. I don't have any opinion on this, and I'm going to wait like another 3 days before I have anything to say.
I think it's all bullshit, bro.
What do you mean by that? Like the bullshit?
I think it's just
Like power hungry?
I don't even want to talk about it, bro. He just needs to fucking resign, bro. I don't know.
Trump?
I love this country, bro. I love this. I love America. I love like real American, hardworking people, the blue collar people. They don't deserve this kind of shit, bro. Like, what the fuck is going on, bro? I don't know. I just think then something needs to happen, bro. And having a president every 4 fucking years, 8 years isn't. I don't think that's gonna do anything.
What would you do?
I'm not saying put a fucking dictator.
A king or monarch.
That, but goddamn, bro, every 4 years they got a change of a regime. You know what's that gonna happen? People are. I don't know, bro. It's.
Well, I'll say this.
I don't want to get in trouble, bro.
No, you're not gonna get in trouble. You can say whatever you want.
Don't lock me up, bro.
No. Only one group would do that. It's been fun, guys. No, the thing I'll say is, and this is something that I've been wrestling with. So we were talking about me and a couple of my friends, and they're very successful businessmen, and we're all kind of like in this. If the goal is like United States hegemony, right? Even if it's just on this side of the hemisphere, what have you, to what end? Like, if the goal is not to make the lives of like your constituents, your civilian population, your people better, then what is this all for?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like post World War II, for instance, with Reconstruction, the Reconstruction efforts for Europe actually benefited Americans. There was a lot of investment from America into Europe, and it helped everybody. Like there was prosperity for all. Now, did it take a ugly war that cost hundreds of thousands of lives? Yes. And did we learn from that? We haven't had a world war since, right? We had 2 world wars back to back within like a 20-year span, 25-year span, and then no real global conflict of that nature. I mean, there's been like, obviously conflict, but nothing like that until possibly now. I mean, anybody who knows anything about geopolitics understands that what we're doing right now in Iran could easily be the precursor for a World War III.
Easily, bro, easily.
So then I think to myself, like, low, mid, high. Like low, or like best case scenario, like I said earlier, the Iranian people do want regime change, and they use this as an opportunity.
Do they really?
We don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like we're gonna find out the answer to that question in real time. I know that about a month ago there were active protests and riots on the streets, and they killed thousands of Iranians. Now here's the thing: say what you want about America, call them fascists and all that sort of stuff. When people stormed January 6th, even though it was FBI in the crowd, but who's counting? Who's counting X's and O's? I think there was 2 casualties. Like you didn't have police officers actively firing on civilian populations, right?
Yeah.
So like, say whatever you want about America. At least we're not just like judge, jury, and executioner in that time.
Yeah. And that's why this country deserves fucking better, bro. That's why.
Well, here's what I'm gonna say. Here's what I'm gonna say. This country deserves what it gets.
The people, the real American people.
The people get what they deserve. They get what they vote for. They get what they want. You can't, dude, the founding fathers of this country went to war with the greatest empire at the time over a tea tax.
I saw that the other day.
You know what I mean? So like, what is it that we have a right to? What is it that we deserve? What is it that we are owed? We're not owed anything. We don't deserve anything other than what we get.
Yeah.
The only rights we have are under the Constitution. You don't have the right to a better life than your family. Like, where in the Constitution is the amendment that says you have to have a better life than your parents?
Right.
Where does it say in the Constitution that you have the right to an iPhone in your pocket? Like, none of these things exist. So, like, we get what we deserve. And if we vote these people in, and these are the actions that these people do, then we get what we deserve.
If they're really counting the votes. That's if they're really counting the votes.
That's
which I know they're not.
Yeah, that's a whole different, we have so many structural issues at home that you could easily make the argument that, would our efforts be better served with domestic issues? However, you cannot, we no longer live in a world where you can isolate domestic and international issues. You can't. Because of how globalization has worked, because of the open market system, because of how intertwined all these countries are, unfortunately and fortunately, like we're on this boat together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're on this boat together, and at some point in time, we're either gonna have to. This is gonna sound dark. We are either gonna have to learn how to coexist, or someone's gonna have to kill somebody.
Yeah.
These are your only options. If we can't find a middle ground, if the Israelis want the Iranians dead and the Iranians want the Israelis dead, and there's no middle ground that we can reach, and like what else is there? And then Russia and China have a defense partnership with Iran, and then obviously Israel is a part of NATO. So it's like, well, then what do we do? Mm-hmm. What do we do? Do we go to World War III over what? Oil? Regime change? Like,
it's just sad, bro. It's just sad.
And here's the thing: is like,
sad.
Because like, I want to be careful how I say this, because I also love this country. I do. Mm-hmm. You know, a lot of the propaganda, a lot of the information that I'm seeing right now is like obviously like trying to stir the hearts of people. Like we're seeing this in real time. Like if you go to Twitter or X right now, it's like you got Iranian pages talking about how, you know, the people are all gravitating towards like a resurgence of the Iranian of the Islamic Republic of Iran. And then you also see like from Western outlets like how the Iranian people are ready to revolt and they just need a little bit more of a push. And it's just like, you could easily do that here. Like, you could easily have like Russian or Chinese propaganda taking like Democrat words and saying like, see, the country doesn't want Donald Trump to be president or whatever. And then you could easily take like a Fox News dump and be like, no, Donald Trump's the best president since Reagan. So like, if you could do that here, you could easily do that there. So like what I was saying earlier about like, do the Iranian people want regime change? Are they going to stand up? And I don't know.
We don't know.
And if they do, it goes back to what I was saying. There's so many people that are making so many like definitive statements. And I'm like, dude, all of you need to shut the fuck up because none of you know. Like anybody that says definitively what's going on right now is lying to you. No one fucking knows. Mm-hmm. I do know one thing though. Over the course of time, we will know better.
Yeah.
So like right now, everyone just needs to shut the fuck up, and then over the course of time, we'll figure out in real time.
The problem is
because if they do revolt, if they do change, like I said, then Donald Trump's a genius, and if this happens, Donald Trump will go down as one of the top 5 presidents ever in U.S. history, hands down. Single-handedly eliminated the Iran issue for the world. The efficiency and effectiveness of the American military on full display, what they did with Maduro in Venezuela is crazy. And then to go back from Midnight Hammer to, what do they call it? Like something Fury, Unrivaled Fury, whatever the mission name is, back to back, that's insane, right? The reason why we look at Bush as such a terrible president is not that he invaded Iraq and Afghanistan. It's not because all these people died. Like, it's not because of any of that. It's because they were so ineffective at doing the thing they wanted to do. They said that they were going to go in, that the people wanted to be liberated, regime change, they wanted democracy. None of that was true. They had weapons of mass destruction. None of that was true. They were a part of 9/11. None of that was true. That's why people look back at Iraq and Afghanistan with such disdain, because it's like you lied to everybody. You didn't have a clear mission statement. We were in there for way too long, and we indebted our nation because of it. $16 trillion just because of those wars. So it's like, do we want to see that again? No, but call a spade a spade. If you asked American people right now, hey, 5 days in Iran, regime change, the people rise up, take over the government, it becomes like a bastion of freedom and democracy. You want that? Who would say no?
Mm-hmm.
Who would say no?
At that time, you're desperate.
Yes.
For a change.
So it's
you're
like
you're gonna take that medicine.
If you would have polled people about Venezuela before it happened, I bet you a majority of people would say no new wars, no new wars. I would have said no new wars. I said that. And then he came in, took their president, and we just run Venezuela now?
Well,
I hate to be that guy, but like, sounds pretty good.
Yeah, this guy's in New York.
The first time.
And then the Venezuelan people are extremely happy that Maduro's gone. Now, the government's not happy, obviously, because it creates a vacuum, but the people, overwhelmingly positive. So maybe this is
people
similar.
are happy because they don't know what the hell's going to happen to them, bro. I think.
When Trump took a bullet to the ear, how many people were happy in America that happened? This is the thing I'm trying to say, is like polarization is not isolated to these people. It's here too. Charlie Kirk got shot, half the country cheered it on. So it's like, you can't say with certainty, only over the course of time can you.
Yeah. Especially topics like this, you know.
Yes. And by the way, it's fluid, it's changing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, maybe they want regime change, but maybe the next guy's worse.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing with Putin and Russia. Everyone's like, I've heard it said many times that actually America likes dealing with Putin. That like, even though Putin's a dictator and all these other things, America likes dealing with him because he's rational, he's logical, he's this, that, or the other. You kind of know your enemy.
Yeah.
And the enemy you know is better than the enemy you don't. So it's like, who knows? Maybe they kill this guy and maybe a worse guy comes into power. Like, let's see.
Yeah.
But we have to ask ourselves like a logical question, and I will answer this. Like, do we want to live in a world where like Iran leads the world, or Russia leads the world, or China leads the world? No. Because I'll say this. Let me go on my soapbox for 2 minutes.
You're good, bro.
We have the Epstein files. We have a diminishing middle class and all these other things. Like, America has its problems, but America's system is the single greatest creation of mankind, is the Declaration of Independence and our Bill of Rights. It's the single greatest invention of humanity. It has stood the test of time because of its malleability, because of its robustness. We bitch about it all the time, how like nothing gets done and all of our problems and all this other stuff, but we have the ability, we have the right to bitch about it. You know what I mean? Look at what happened with COVID, because my friend Matt Frazier was like, dude, COVID scared me. It was the closest we ever came to fascism. I actually say that COVID reinforced my belief of what I believe is America. You know, Biden and the WHO and like all these guys tried to infringe on our rights, and in some way they were successful, but only for a matter of time. And then what happened? The laws of the land still won. Our system of government still superseded. When Biden tried to go in there and mandate the jab, the Supreme Court turned it down. Like, you might, however your political leanings are, no matter if it's Biden or Trump or whoever, the system is greater than any one individual. And that's the whole point of government.
Yeah.
So like when we say that America has its issues, yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of shit that we have to deal with. And right now it's kind of hard to be patriotic in some context. But what I would always say is, if you isolate America, it's easy to bitch about America. Now don't isolate it. Now look at the rest of the world.
Yeah.
Look at Russia. Look at China.
I mean, everybody.
Look at the Middle East. Honestly, look at some of our allies. Look at France. Look at Germany. There's nowhere else I'd rather live. There's nowhere else I'd rather be.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I do want a world where like America is leading, but we also need to make sure that the America that leads is just and true and right and judicious and leads by example. You can't be trafficking minors.
That's the fucking problem.
And having an Epstein class and diminishing the middle class and at each other's throats politically and more divided now than ever before since the Civil War. And then expect people to be like, yeah, America lead us. You want America to lead? You want the world to want America to lead? Be a leader. Don't just military might your way through it. And sometimes it does require that. I'm not saying that like, listen, if we spend $1 trillion a fucking year on our military, hot take, let's use it. Let's remind the world that we use it. We spend $1 trillion a year. And then maybe, just maybe, get to the point where we don't have to spend $1 trillion a year. And then maybe take like $100 billion for like school lunches for kids, or doing something about our Medicaid and Medicare system, or restructuring Social Security so that it's actually feasible and not retarded. Like,
Fuck.
Don't even get me started.
yeah, I had a whole conversation about someone with Social Security, and it was clear to me that they don't understand anything about finance. Well, it's a pool of money. I was like, what in what universe would I tell you, hey, just save money and save money and save money because there's 2% inflation year over year. And then when you need that money, you'll have it for retirement. No, dummy. Put it in assets that appreciate over the course of time so that when you do need that cash, it's worth more. Assets are inflation resistant. That's how people build wealth. They don't hold cash, they buy shit. And that shit appreciates with value. They don't buy a Mercedes and put 100,000 miles on it. They'll buy a plot of land. They don't buy a piece of gold jewelry. They'll buy gold. This is the difference between like people that have money and people that understand money and capital and people that don't. Sorry, I'm fucking rambling.
We want those chains, bro.
Bitches love chains. Forgive me. Because at the time of this recording, it's been like, what, 36 hours since we attacked Iran, so it's a little fresh. But maybe look back on this episode.
We
and be like,
gotta
"I'm
fix
such an
everything,
idiot."
guys. Everything's under control.
Or we'll look
We
back on
gotta-
this and be
gotta
like,
fix
"That's how World War III started." Dad, what was it like back then? Let me tell you about it. I appreciate you being on, man. I hope this is what
thank you,
you
bro. I
expected.
appreciate it, man.
Sorry about my
No, this
Iran
is
rant.
It's all good, bro.
I rant about Iran. Before we put a cap on it, is there anything else you want to say? Is there anything else you want to talk about, or a shout out you want to give? Shout out, Mom.
No, I mean, just maybe a quick message to like the Turkish kids,
Yeah.
kids who are fucking up right now, and I see that a lot of like our younger generation, not to like separate them from other, but a lot of young Turkish kids are getting into some real deep shit for no reason, and I would just like
Here in America,
here in America, yes, here in America,
second generation, third
yeah,
generation.
third generation, and these kids are fucking fierce, So I would like that to fucking stop within our culture. I would like that to stop. I would like our youth, our Turkish youth. I'm just talking about my people, I would like the Turkish youth to start like getting their shit together and like, because every week I hear like this kid went to jail. I'm like, what's going on, bro? So probably put your kids into some fucking sports, and that's my only message.
Bring back some of those conservative values that we had from the homeland.
Yeah.
It's the same with the Albanian, not Albanian, but like
It's
the third generation immigrants
yes.
that benefit from the previous generations that came here, but don't know the same lessons.
Yep.
They didn't come from the same struggle.
Yeah.
So
Free for
it's
all.
It's a
That's the
tightrope.
only thing, get your shit together and stay off Instagram, kids.
yeah. Well, brother, listen, man. I
Thank you,
appreciate
bro.
Thank you for coming
Appreciate it,
on.
bro. Thank you.